Follow me. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me turn down the music. How are we? Apologies for taking slightly longer to come onto the screen then. I was very invested in that game of Gabby. It was close. That was 7 words away. And then Skilly came in. How you doing, Skilly? Good morning. Pringle morning. Sinks, good morning. We've got Ollie. We've got Leonie. How are you? How are you? MJ, how you doing, dudes? Hope you're good. Shinji, thank you for the follow and the hello. How are you? Welcome. Jamie. Good morning. Good morning. Lil Dravis, how are you? Dave, Lucas, how are we, team? Feels like it's been a while. I guess because it's been an extra day, hasn't it, in between streams? But what we will do, by the way, is there will be extra streams on the launch for sure. We're only a few weeks away, so we will. I know it's like the end of the cycle a little bit, isn't it? So we will. If it's a little bit slower now, we'll ramp it back up again when we get to launch dates, because it's going to be an exciting time and we're not that far away. How are we doing? Ben, I am good, thank you. A little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, but other than that, I'm all right. Actually, I'm not that tired and sleepy. I've been up a while, so I'm all right. I'm good. England were thoroughly depressing. Yeah. Is it time to go? Quick poll in the chat here. Show of hands. Is it time for Southgate out? Yes or no? Go. I feel a 4 out of 7 from you, Pringle. That's decent. No, he should stay. That's coming from a Welshman. I understand. Shinji says yes. You're good, Ben. I'm happy to hear that. Good stuff. Jay Lenner, thank you for the follow. Langwin, thank you for the follow. Yes. Southgate has never been the right man. Has to be time. No, says Jay Lenner. Is that from a England point of view, though? No, but after the World Cup. Ooh. You think you're still giving the World Cup? I'm just worried that we're just going to do nothing in this World Cup if we keep him. I am worried about it, because I think before last night I'd have said the same thing. Then I watched that and I'm like, for God's sake, how dire was it, man? And I don't mean Eric. Don't think you can this close to a World Cup. Is it too disruptable? But do they need disrupting? Like, are they going to just look back when we have a miserable World Cup and go, probably should have just taken a chance? Then again, who do you take a chance on? I guess that's the question. He might win League D at this, right? Yeah. I imagine being the England manager that gets them relegated. No, because that competition isn't motivating. Let's see what they're going to do at the World Cup. I guess I know what you mean, Jay Lenner. Yeah. Like, they're clearly not up for the Nations League. But that's sort of part of my worry. That Southgate hasn't got them thinking this isn't about the Nations League. This is about the World Cup prep. This is about going into the World Cup with a bit of momentum. I feel like that should be motivation enough if your manager gets you up for it, but maybe he's not. England relegation, Scotland promotion will be excellent. Yeah. Get Big Sam in, and then he'll down a pint of wine again. And there we go. We want Potter for England. Well, I feel like we might have missed that boat. But yeah, I get what you mean. I think we'll do better in the World Cup without him. Just without him. Not even with anybody else. Only 2 teams not to score a non-penalty goal in the Nations League. San Marino and England. It is worrying. How many hours is that now? 450 minutes or something, right? Without a goal. That's bad. That is bad. I won't lie. I didn't really watch it. I went for a pub dinner and I had it on the table or / to the side. Kat wasn't very happy with that. But the parts that I did watch, it was thoroughly depressing. Jordan Henderson, player manager, thank me later. I'm in. Count me in. I think we might be in the minority with thinking that's a good idea, Brady, but I'm in. International football outside of tournament is sleepy. It is, PLL. It's so boring, isn't it? I think the Nations League equals friendlies is overblown. Competitors almost always want to win anything they're part of. Otherwise, they wouldn't care getting left out of the national team for friendlies. I think they want to be part of the national team. I think they want the recognition to be part of the England team. And it probably is slightly overblown, Shagamalaga. I agree. I still don't think there's quite that full motivation that you get from other... I still feel like it airs on the side of being a friendly rather than anything else. Especially when we play the same teams over and over and over again, right? I didn't watch. I knew what was going to happen before the game. I mean, yeah, to be fair, it's not far off. The little snippet I watched right at the start, I was like, do you know what? There's a little bit... This team could be good, but then it gets to a certain point outside the opposition box and then it always breaks down, doesn't it? Why are we not playing 2 strikers? Like, when's Kane the best for Spurs at the moment? It's when he's got Son up there with him and they play as a 2, right? Isn't that just obvious? And we persist with just Kane through the middle with players that don't get close enough to him and then just tippy-tappy dribble it around the box and lose the ball. Every time. And then Kane will score like a header against Andorra and we're like, do you know what? It's working. I don't know. It can be good with a better manager. Yeah, I do. That's what I kind of feel like. Starting Maguire over Tomori makes no sense to me. That's the thing that's like... And I understand the Maguire... I understand the theory behind sticking with your lads that you can trust, that have got you good results. But there has to be a time where you go... Like, what are we going to do? Be rolling out a 43-year-old Harry Maguire going, I can trust him. Like, there has to be a time where you develop and improve, because ultimately we didn't win those tournaments. We have to develop and we have to improve. And Harry Maguire isn't even playing for United. I think that has to be the minimum. They have to be playing for their club team. And form has to play some part of it. It's mental. I mean, I could even set the exact set team up with a better formation. Why are we still playing a 3-5 at the back thing? I don't know. Well, I could talk about this forever. And I have not been Southgate out up until right now. And I think that was my cut-off point. I think I'd be all over it now. Honestly, I've been like, do you know what? I don't think there's anyone who does that much better than Southgate with England necessarily. Like, we've had high-profile coaches and in the past, haven't we? But we've been terrible. And then Southgate actually got us to be quite good. So I was kind of like, do you know what? Proof is in the pudding. But now I'm like, it's one of our worst ever runs, isn't it? And I know it's not in a proper competition, but still. Its bigger problem is that he's not the defence. The fact that Kane is too much of a ball hog. I don't think Kane works in the system, and I think Kane might be quite important for England. Like, play a striker up with him. Not sure. How you doing, Matada? Welcome in, buddy. English football looks down at anything that is not the EPL or Champions League. Get everyone on board with how important every game is, and you'll see results domestically in European competitions. There's probably some truth in that, Keeney, yeah. I think it's how we've been... The culture that's been bred into English football fans, because of the way it's been marketed and the way that these games are, that Champions League is the elite, Premier League is the best place to be, which works in the sense of making those important, but it does probably have that subconscious to everybody looking at it going, this isn't important. And that's the subconscious that we're talking about with these players, isn't it? Even if it's a tiny percentage where Italy really wanted it and England don't in those Nation League games, that's enough. And that's enough to then cause disruption to the team not performing in a couple of games, to then suddenly everyone's confidence in the manager maybe dropping that percentage, and then suddenly everyone, the media's on your back, and all of those things feed into the team not being very good all of a sudden. And it could literally be those fine margins that set that into motion, and suddenly we've got the situation we're in right now. Anyway, Jude is great. Not sure Liverpool can afford. I didn't think Jude was that. I feel like Jude and Rice don't really work as a two. I don't know. I feel like Rice and Phillips were so much more functional. They were limited, but functional. I don't think we're getting the best out of Jude. I think he's fantastic, but I don't think we're getting the best out of him. Right, Woodchip, that's short. What I'm actually thinking here is look at the Spurs tactics when they played Liverpool and when they play City. Because you want like if you want us to be counter-attacking and solid defensively, do what Spurs do, what Conte changes to when they need him to, where they play Son and Kane up front. Play Kane and Sterling in that exact same mould. I feel like we get really good results. And we've got half the players. Dyer's in there. Like, we've got Kane's up front. We've got most of the players that could go and do that. They needed an attacking mid. I think they might have done, yeah. There is why isn't Maddison in that squad? Look at how bad Leicester are right now. And Maddison, you still look at him and think, he's really good. And he is different to Foden. And he is different to Grealish. Kane can come deep and feed a strike partner, right? And even if that has to be Sterling, I'm all right with that, you know. Even if that's... Wilson being fit would be perfect for that role. And I think Wilson... his injury record isn't good, is it? Maybe even you look at, I don't know if Tammy could really do that with a two, but we haven't even tried them, have we? Connor Cody is there for leadership and be 95th choice, don't forget. Yep, mental. Like, if you stop playing a 5 at the back or 3 centre-backs, you can stop picking Connor Cody into the squad and you've got an extra attack. You've got Maddison or you've got, a Wilson up front or whatever it might be, right? Give Tony a chance. Could also be Tony, right? I don't know. I just think we need... It doesn't need to be big changes, but I do also think that a change is needed just to re-energise things. Doesn't it look so tired? Is Cody there just for vibes? I think so. Same with Henderson. If you're not going to use him, he's there to be a leader. Do you need a leader in the squad for some Nation League games? I don't know. Yeah, let's call up Tony, but not even put him in the squad. It's baffling. And these are the little decisions that aren't big deal, really, but make me think maybe a different manager. I don't know. He seems too stuck with the players that he's chosen to be his lads. And I sort of understood that before, but maybe not anymore. Tamori plays in a 2. Well, I picked on our podcast. We were talking about stubborn, yeah, right. We were talking about what we were doing. I was maybe it's been bred into me now, or like this. We have to play with a 3 at the back, and I was like, why are we playing with a 3 at the back? A lot of teams don't, and I guess it's got us some success. But if we just play a 2, why don't we play like a Stones and a Tamori, or even a Stones and a Tamori, right? Isn't that the way to go? And you play James at right back. I thought James was poor yesterday, by the way, and I think I would play James over Trent, but maybe Trippier at right back, because he's been really good for Newcastle. You play probably Chilwell at left back. You play 2 in the middle, Bellingham and Rice. You play somebody in front of that, whether that's a Foden or a Maddison. And then you play, even if you don't do that, you play one of those a little bit deeper, play 3 in the midfield, play your 2 strikers. I don't know. That's what I would do. There's a bit more in that I need to see. You play basically wingers, Saka and Sterling out wide, and then play 2 strikers. Trippier at left back unless Chilwell's fit. Yeah, he's done it before, and I'd be fine with that. Stones and Tamori get dominated in the air. I don't know if they do. Maybe. Do we know? Have we ever played with them as a 2? Have we ever even looked at it? We don't know. Possibly. Foden's a live wire and needs to play. See, I'd agree. But for England, has Foden ever been good for England? Quick question. Has Foden ever been good for England at any point? Even for 10 minutes? I'm struggling to think of a time. Like, where Foden has been Man City Foden at any moment. I think we're stunting him maybe as well. Maybe with a different manager. Can Pep come and manage England? Anyway, chat, that was a good chat. England Grealish better than City Grealish. England Grealish does, I think, his best off the bench, though, is the problem. That he does come on and make things happen. So, yeah. Anyway, chat, we've done a good, 15 minutes or so, maybe slightly less. 12 minutes of England chat there, so welcome. Hope you're all good. If you're here for FM, we are going to get into that in a second. We do have some drinks on the go. There's a squash, cheers, in a beer glass, and also a coffee, which I do need to drink, so reminders are encouraged, please. Cheers. If you've all got a coffee, good morning. I feel like I'm angry now. I'm not. I'm happy. Bring back the spotted glass. Yeah, true. It's still all good. It's still fine. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Tamori, Trippier, Rude Rice, Jude Rice, Saka, Foden, Sterling, Kane. That's the team. Ollie, that's my team. Basically, I'd probably go. I mean, maybe Walker at right back. I'd probably go James at right back. A bit more creative, I think. Although actually, maybe we work with. I'm not against that either. More important than drinks. How's Lenny? Yeah, he's good. He is. He's good. He's fine. He's chilling. He's been potting about the place this morning. I think England need to go for an elbow defence like Arsenal. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking there, Woodchip. Was that actually you maybe do play Walker at right back and then you play him as the elbow sort of thing. And you can kind of work it like that. You go to a back three and then you send... I mean, maybe play Saka left back and send him on. I don't know. There's things we could do here, I'm sure. What about the Pope in goal? I mean, I might go Pope, but I think Pickford's only ever been really good for England, so I wouldn't mind Pickford. Is he still only drinking shower water? Mainly, yes. He does. It's a good treat for him. He loves a bit of shower water. Yeah, Pickford's kicking is probably an asset as well, isn't it, in itself? Anyway, we could do like a whole debate about England. We should do more like, maybe over the World Cup, we should do just streams where we do football chats. I don't know why we don't ever do that. Let's just do an hour where we've got, it's basically a podcast, but we can chat about it. Maybe we should do the Panenka podcast live, and where you guys come in with your ideas, we'll chat about them. Like maybe during the World Cup, we can do some of that stuff. Maybe not watch-alongs. I feel like watch-alongs are a bit, I don't know. I don't think it's my content. I find them a bit awkward because it's like, am I describing what's happening or just chatting whilst it's on? We could do that chatting when it's not on and watch it properly. I don't know. Speaking of Lenny, you could tweet more pics of the little man, more proof of life. Yeah, maybe I should. Do you know what? Let's see if I've got a good picture now. We'll tweet it right now. Oh, do you know what? I've got a perfect picture to tweet. I'm going to tweet a picture of Lenny. Let me find it. Just as you've raised it, I think it's a good point. And I'll go for a lovely classic caption. Felt cute, might delete later. There we go. Proof of life, lol. There you go. I've tweeted a picture of Lenny. It's out there. Go and like it. Someone find a link. Speak again. Pickford has been good this season for Everton. He has really, yeah. This is true. I'd rather a post-match stream than a watch-along. Yeah, I think I agree. Sort of like an Alcott vibe, Ollie. There's a lot more to talk about. You can really dig into it, can't you? It would be a lot more chatting generally here rather than tactical analysis, dragging things up, because that's what Alcott does brilliantly, and that I don't think I'd be as good at doing. But I think we do have good chats here, don't we? Anyway, should we go to FM and chat whilst also playing FM, which I think is where we're at with this save a little bit, right? Is that we're kind of just doing chatting streams whilst playing the game a little bit because we're oh, that's the wrong button. We're towards the end of our Hertha Brasil journey, but I'd like to go and see how far we can get with it. We've got a Brazil game to start today. If you remember at the end of last stream, it's a while back now, we played our first Brazil game against Colombia and lost. So we played a full Hertha Brasil team and lost to Colombia. It was a good start. We actually dominated, then lost 1-0, right? Or was it 2-0 in the end? Yeah, either way. Wasn't ideal. We've got Peru now. Are we? Okay, we're third favourites for the Champions League. 15-2. Behind United and Liverpool, which is interesting. All right, let's go and play this Peru game. Got to try and win the World Cup. Yeah, I think we should. Although I am worried that we've lost our first game. It's not a good start. And we're playing the overload, so not sure, but we'll try. I think it's gonna be a lot. How's everyone's weeks been? We had a good week. Busy 4-day working week for lots, I imagine. Oh, hope you enjoyed it. If it was that, Holly, if that was the case. Ollie! Crab. That sounds like a weird announcement. How you doing, Holly? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Welcome back for another month. 3-day working week for you, Leonie. Get in. Love that. Solid 6 out of 7 week. Holly, how was your week? Out of 7. That's my question. 6 out of 7 from Ollie is good. You went to Alton Towers on your own on Thursday. Wow, Kokota. I really want to go to Thorpe Park again. Kat and I are trying to find the date that also our friends can do. And do you know what? Don't become an adult. I mean, that doesn't apply for a lot of people here because you already have, but trying to like make it, line up dates so that everyone can do something is an absolute nightmare, and I become so fatigued with it immediately. Like I send like, can people do this date? And then there'll be 3 people saying, oh, actually, I've got a booking to take photos at a wedding. That's very specific. And then straight away I'm like, forget it then. We're not going. Bit like the Grinch. That's basically my reaction to any plans is I'm the Grinch. I'm like, I'm not going. So yeah, that's what happened. Train strike stops at being a 7. We'll take a 6 though. We'll take a 6, won't we? Yeah, train strike's frustrating, but also needed, and I support the cause. Group parent is not a fun role. Oh yeah, exactly. And I'm very rarely the group parent, but sometimes like no one else does it. I tried to like 2 things over summer. I tried to get off the ground, and everyone's like, "Nah, can't." I'm like, yeah, but can we try? Yeah, group parent. Adulting is hard. It is. Instant give up the first sign of any resistance. Exactly. Ian, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. All right, let's pick a new left back. We're not going to go full Hertha Brasil because we've not got enough players to do that. Because Jolson's suspended and so is Leo. We'll do... Who should we play in this? Should we play Neymar? Let's play... Shall we play Neymar? Also, who could I give debut? Shall I play Emerson in this? I think we said we were going to, didn't we? We had too many training injuries this week, though. Oh, really? That's not good. Seems that every other week someone will say we should do this and everyone says yes, but then doesn't go any further than that. Yeah, are you in my group chat, Kokota? Because, yeah, exactly that. 50% slight knocks, 50% potential long-termers. Yikes, not good. Don't be an adult, don't get married, don't have kids, morning all. We're cheery in here today, aren't we? I mean, I don't even know, Ian, if you heard me saying don't be an adult before you came in. Because if you didn't, that means I've just said that and so have you. If you did, then you're just echoing the sentiments, which is fair. And I agree. Who else should we play in this game? Chat. Has Gabriel made his... He's got 14 caps. Let's play Gabriel. Like that. In bed, hungover. Don't drink, kids. I mean, I can get behind that. Hope your hangover isn't too ghastly, Luke. That's a word you weren't expecting me to use, wasn't it? Going back to that convo slightly, Serena Wiegmann to manage both England teams. Count me in. Count me in. Perfect. Let's play Casemiro. No, not as that, but let's do that. We've got Fabinho now, haven't we? Don't really want him to be an AP. Who else we got in midfield? Walton Costin could, but I'm not going to play him because he's injured. We don't really have one. I have a crush on Serena Wiegmann. She is the GOAT. What a woman. What a woman. Yeah, count me in. She can manage. She'll win us the World Cup. Hungry marking, don't be a teacher kid. J-Wig, again, I'm on board with that. I am also not doing any marking. No chance. Do that at school, leave it there. Don't do any at home. Cat Serena, I don't know what that means. What happened to this team? Yeah, basically, we haven't got any midfielders. I'm just looking at Bruno and he's a bit tired, so I didn't want to start him. Shall we do... Let's just do... it's Peru. We should win. We should win. Whether we actually do or not. Let's do that. Vinicius Jr. is the captain. What, is this a cat version of Serena? Oh, yeah. It is, isn't it? Does look like her. Yeah, no, this is actual Brazil. This is actual Brazil, Ian, yeah. Serena Wiegmann's personally approved it as well. Nice. She's put a stamp of approval on it. I like it. Right. Brazil management. This will be easy. I've said the wrong... I've immediately done the wrong team talk. Why have I said that? Okay. Look at us on the attack already. Caligari starting at right back. Vinicius. Shoot. Scores. We lead inside the first minute. Easy. This is... Told you it'd be easy. Douglas Luiz is scarily good at scoring from corners. Did he score another one? Or did he score one, is my question from that. I've sort of seen a few clips of international games, but I've really not been following it. Who needs a team talk? Exactly. Yeah, Vinicius was also captaining Casemiro and Neymar here, which is nice, isn't it? He scored 2 already this season. Did he score one for Villa? It's a loud car outside. Very loud.
Follow me. Okay.
I think the entire highlights of the England game was the Italy goal. I mean, yeah, I saw the goal and that's about it. I watched a little bit whilst I was having. So here's a story, chat. I went to the pub, right? And very nice local pub, not too far away. Drove there, and got a car, by the way. Sat down. On the menu is fish and chips, and then underneath it was big fish and chips. And I thought to myself, well, I'd already got my headset that I wanted one of the pies because I saw it immediately. I was like, I really fancy a pie. I had my head was turned when I saw big fish and chips. It had not just the normal fish and chips. It came with tartar sauce and curry sauce. It came with some pickled onions and some bread. Chips, obviously. It had scampi as well with it. I was like, I've got to get this now. Big fish and chips. It is pie season, absolutely. Fish, chips, and chips, and pickled onion. So I thought I've got to get that now. So my head was turned, and then Kat went up to order it, and Kat got scampi and chips, and the woman was like, "Are you sure you want to get big fish and chips and scampi and chips? You could basically just share the big fish and chips because it comes with scampi." And Kat was like, "No, it came with peas as well." And Kat was like, "No, I think Rich is definitely going to want the big fish and chips," which I did. So it was the right call. It wasn't that big. Can you imagine my disappointment? In fact, no, it went further than that. She went, "It probably won't fit on your table." She was like, "You on table 2?" Kat was like, "Yeah." She was like, "The big fish and chips plate is really big. The fish is really big. It probably won't fit on your table. We'll have to move you to a different table." And Kat was like, "Bloody hell, this is going to be huge." I mean, it's marketed as big fish and chips. Honestly, it arrived, and I don't know if they downgraded the plate to this little tray thing it came on to make it fit on the table, but Kat's plate was bigger. The scampi was a bigger plate. That was and it fit absolutely fine. The food didn't really fit on the plate it came on, but absolutely mugged me off. So, if you ever go to that particular pub, which I'm not going to say which one it is because it's incredibly close to doxing me, don't order the big fish and chips. Just get the normal one. It's a scam. I don't know. All of the chat about it not fitting on the table. Story time with Clay. It was a nightmare. A nightmare. What it was, to be fair, it was big enough because I was quite full at the end of it. And so I'm not complaining about that. But however, it was the marketing behind it that kind of threw me. And it was like we'd ordered this challenge. You know, you go to places and it's like, if you can eat all this, you get it for free. It was almost like I ordered one of those the way they were talking. I'm never going to unnamed pub after that story. Correct. I bought an all-day breakfast sandwich yesterday that said it had tomato sauce in it on the front. It had mayo. Mayo! I looked at the back and it said mayo. That is a nightmare. Was it good? Yeah, no, it was all right. It wasn't beard meets food, exactly. It was all right. It crushed peas, by the way, whoever asked about the peas. Could have chosen garden peas or crushed peas. I have a feeling that it was garden peas that were crushed, though, and I could have done that myself. But crushed peas. I like a mayo, but mismarketing or ill marketing is an issue. We're winning, but not by much. Crushed peas, yeah. Just some garden peas that they whacked a bit. I wonder how small their normal fish and chips are. Yeah, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Really does make you wonder. Mushy peas the only option with fish and chips. Yeah, they didn't go for that. I'm on board. I love a mushy pea. They will divide opinion, but I'm on board with a mushy pea. Kids scored. Yes, you have to go back and check. True. True. I never heard of crushed peas. Well, I think it's a hybrid of garden peas and mushy peas. Crushy. Sounds like you had your own episode of Rate My Takeaway. Yeah, well, I do this when I go out to eat. I like to look for value. I've got you managing an international match. Yeah, we are. We're 3-0 up. Kids scored. The fish and chip saga, though, I was eating it thinking I'm going to have to tell the chat about this tomorrow. This is gold. A lot of fish-based stories here, isn't there? Power move. You both order big fish and chips next time. Oh, yeah. No, because do you know what? They'd come on those little trays. It wouldn't be worth it. Jokes on them, though, because Kat gave me a couple of chips. Couldn't eat them all, so jokes on them. What's going on there? Okay. Hard pass on the mushy peas. See, I knew it'd be divide opinion. Chat very quickly. Mushy peas, yes or no? What are these little pop quizzes? They're not pop quizzes, but they're little very quick polls. What can we call them? We don't do a poll. We just say it in the chat because we're lazy. No, yes, yes. I said it divide opinion. That is a good bit of evidence that it does. Within a context. Okay. Temperature gauges with tomato sauce. Yet J-Wig is very on this tomato sauce thing. I like it as well. You're a man that calls tomato ketchup tomato sauce. I'm with you. That's my upbringing as well. Pass the tomato sauce, not ketchup. When did we become America? I've literally got a phobia of peas. Is it a no? Mushy peas greater than anything else, says Adam. That's too far. There is a line. That is too far. Big fish, small fish, mushy peas. Neymar scored. We're 4-0 up. Look at us. We're fantastic. Aren't you fairly close to where EGX was? Didn't get out with the other FM lads this week. No, I was at work until... So basically, no is the thing. I did think about it, but it's sort of during the day, and then to get there from work is actually still about another hour and a bit sort of thing. So it just wasn't something. It was a great time. Next time, for sure. I did think about it, but it's sort of too late. Coffee. Yeah, we'll drink the coffee. Kid's in, he's missed. Right, correct. Call us Cundle up. He's very Welsh. And doesn't exist in this this universe either. I've missed a lot of streams lately. Glad I've tuned into the P portion. Yep. That was 7 finish, wasn't it? We've won 4-0. Does that takes us to second in the group? It's going to be a crunch match against Argentina if we play them. Do we? I think we still do, right? Hello there, my Clayton. All right, Lucas. Calm down. How you doing, though, Lucas? Hope you're good. Coffee. Yeah, coffee. Neymar and Casemiro are 36. Are they still good? They're not 36. He's not finished. Or finish. He is 36. They are 36. You're right. They are still good, though. Neymar scored this many goals for us last year. I know 9 in 22. We got 22 all comps. Look. Literally no one from Peru showed up for the away section. Good God, look at that. I mean, is that the end of the game, though? They all left. I think they might have just left. Ryan, we did about 13 minutes of exclusively England chat at the start. So, yes is the answer. Don't bring it back up. We're on course. Get in. Super Fight Duran. Great name. Great idea to use your Prime Gaming sub here. Thank you very much, buddy. Chat, can we show some sub? That is immediate. Follows 1 minute ago, uses their Prime immediately. You do love to see it. Thank you, dude. Chat, let's do some sub emotes, etc., etc. Thank you. Got to perform at a 90th birthday party yesterday. Or you got to perform at a 90th birthday party yesterday. Genuinely one of the most wholesome gigs I've done. Ah. Ollie, I'm glad you had a good time. It's quite nice when you can go and do something like that and you can think, this is really nice. Nice one, dude. You're meant to be the mod. Yeah. What, did Ollie beat you to it? Did Ollie go for... Ollie did the Prime, get in. Look at Ollie being the better mod than mod Ollie. It was the P chat that did it, clearly. Anyone who joins this stream and we're chatting about mushy peas and doing a very quick fire poll on whether mushy peas are yes or no, I can feel like they quickly subscribe. I understand it. Yeah, we had that exact one earlier as well, right? That exact fact.
You.
Look at this.
Bigman _ 2014
Look at this.
resubscribed X34.
Can anyone beat this? Can anyone beat 34 months in the channel? And I've got a very strong feeling that the answer is no. Because Ash Big Man, was the very first subscriber in this chat. Circa 34 months ago. When we started streaming. When we first got a sub button. Can you imagine? Thank you, Ash. The dedication to just drop in every month and drop his Prime here. Unbelievable. Especially as it's a Prime sub. So he has to manually come back and do that. What a guy. Thank you, dude. Proper OG. Indeed. Is Ash actually a VIP here? I don't even know. Let's make him a VIP. Does that even change anything? He's got one of those the founder sub badges, isn't he? Did that work? I think you're a VIP now, Ash. He's got a founder's badge though. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Does the founder's badge? I think you can choose. The founder's badge takes preference over the VIP, but I think you can choose which one you show, right? Makes me sick with their first badge. Yeah. All right. Emerson has got himself he's got himself a call up. He didn't play any youth games for Brazil, but he's now a Brazil first team goalkeeper. Forgot that I played him. He got a clean sheet as well. Indeed. Founder's badge, yeah. I've got a founder's badge in a few places. Has anyone else here got a founder's badge? I actually can't even think of who the founders of the channel are, because that was, well, I mean, I know Ash's one. That was a long time ago. It's the first 10, I think, right? Does John have one? I don't know if he does, actually, Ollie. I don't think he does. Oh, John does have one. There you go, then. He does. Can you see who has them? Can I see? I probably can somewhere, can't I? You have a first in another channel. Nice. We should go and find, chat, a channel that's literally just got affiliate and just go and take all of their founders' badges. Foggy probably does. Yeah, I reckon. He won't be far off, I don't think. Marilio would like to talk about his asking price, would he? Sort it out, Gabby. He does. Nice. All right, we've got a game in tomorrow. That was a quick turnaround. And oh my God, what have we done? What have we done? Like, we've played our whole Brazil team and then we've got a game tomorrow. We're actually making it difficult for ourselves, aren't we? Dan stream. Did Dan ever get affiliate? Yeah, he did, right? Yeah. Donate to Ollie 2K22. Dan streamed. Yeah, Dan does singing streams. Will streamed as well, right? Tobe streamed. Look, we're starting a new army. A new stream team. Taken over. Yeah, it was genuinely just it was a singing streamy, Ian. Leonie streamed once. Yeah, I remember that. We'll just, I mean, we'll take over. And then we'll start our own streaming service when Twitch just continues to. Has anyone keeping up with the Twitch drama? Anyone want to offer any? You've got a one-word comment in the chat about all of the Twitch stuff that's been happening over the last week. One word. Go. The Hivemind streaming service. I like it. Omnishambles. Yeah, like it. Hosting. Mental. Nope. I mean, nope actually works, even if that is because you've not been keeping up with it. Unsurprised. Me clueless. Yeah, fair. YouTube better. That's an opinion. It is wild. Basically, if you watch Mogul Mail and like Ludwig's videos, you can keep up with it. That's basically where I know everything from. Yeah, 50-50. So basically, as like a update on it, they've there was a massive gambling thing that happened where there was a popular streamer that had scammed people out of about $300,000 from other streamers, also from their own viewers to feed their gambling habit. Gambling addiction is a real thing. Be careful. That's why we're not going to do gambling thing like sponsors and things on this channel. Too easy to get involved. That's why I'm a little bit like iffy with things like prediction leagues and stuff, but I think there's a level, isn't there? But yeah, that happened. Then after that, they banned gambling. And if Clay's messaged you and asked for money, say no. Please. Please. There you go. Let's put that out there now. Although actually, what if... No. Yeah, no, say no. Then they banned gambling, which was like... There's this whole thing about slots on Twitch anyway, which is a real murky world to be involved in. Basically, big streamers get paid real money to stream themselves gambling with money they've been given that isn't even theirs, and show how, oh look how much money I can win on these slots. Their viewers all think that looks amazing, get me involved. Viewers are what? You need to be 13 to be on Twitch. It's not a good look, is it? Like how easily people can get into gambling, as it's such an easy doorway into gambling. And these big streamers aren't even, they're not showing the full story. They're not showing the fact that it's their own money. There's no risk involved, so it looks like this perfect haven of winning loads of money, and it's just not that, is it? And that's now been banned, which is good. A very inauthentic experience. Absolutely, it needed doing away with for a long time. And then they banned that, and then the very next day Twitch came out and confirmed the you know, there was like the leaks before about how they were changing the partnership payment from 70-30 to 50-50. Now, most partners of a certain level are probably on 50-50, but big ones and some lucky people are on 70-30 splits of revenue. Everybody's going to move to 50-50 now, which is taking away a lot of money from a lot of people, which just maybe shows the state of like where Twitch money is. But there we go. I don't really know enough about it. But yeah, all of that happened. I think that's killed Twitch. I mean, I don't think it has, because Twitch is still a much better platform, isn't it? Like, right, it is. We're speaking very openly and honestly here on Twitch, so don't cancel me. But it's a much better streaming platform still than YouTube. It's got so much more to offer. The culture around streaming in terms of people, you know, gifting subs and all these things. Gifting subs, by the way, like, genuinely, this is just a thing to put out there. If you genuinely want to support a streamer and you want to, and you're gifting... And you're thinking, I'll gift some subs because I want to give some money to that streamer, which is a thing, right? Donate to their PayPal, because they get way more of the money rather than Twitch taking most of it, or, you know, the percentage of it. Whereas if you want to gift subs because you want to gift other people who are in the chat the subscription to the thing, then just gift the subs is fine. It depends what your actual motivation for doing so is, but just have a think about that, because like, you are just giving money to Twitch at the end of the day. Stop giving Jeff money. I'll say it so you don't have to. Yeah, I didn't say that. That was a quote. But also, like, you feel called out. No, but there's a difference, isn't there, Leonie, right? There is, if you are trying to create your community and you know, help with the people who are watching, you feel like the people who are here deserve to be subscribed and you want to gift that to them, that's one thing, isn't it? If your motivation behind gifting subs is, I want to give this streamer some money to support them because I appreciate what they're doing, there's a better way of doing that, isn't there? Or like, for your money they get more of it, sort of thing. YouTube has a ways to go. Massively, Simba. Yeah, massively. The best centre-back free agent first season? Zagadou's free, isn't he, first season? Oh, I know, just some fun. I know. But yeah, anyway, there's a conversation all around that at the moment, and I am worried about some of the things that are going to happen to Twitch. Like, I think ads are going to come in a big way. It feels like their revenue stream is, they're trying to make Twitch profitable, and there's a lot to do there. So I think ads are going to come in. Let's pick this team, by the way. Then we can continue chatting. Militao, and do we have Cesar's tired because of his international duty stuff? We'll play Emerson as well because it's at home. More ads, maybe not prime subs on the head. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Ian. Gifted subs do help to grow channels, but it's a little bit like one of those, is it authentic growth, or do you get like an idea of where you are? How many of those, like we had it, right? We did literally in this channel here, I lost about 100 subs about 2 days ago, because we did, about a month ago, we did the big marathon stream. We got so many gifted subs during that fantastic, amazing, very great support, helps grow the channel, blah blah blah. But that number that we got to in terms of subs, I knew that they were going to drop away about a month's time, because no one who gets gifted a sub, or most people who get gifted a sub, does renew it, really, do they? And they all drop off, and then that can be quite demotivating, I think. Unless you're expecting it, that can be demotivating. You look at your sub number, and people look at these numbers for sure. Like, I've been there as a streamer. You look at these numbers and think, amazing, we're on the grow. As soon as you can be like consistently, you might look at your viewer number, you might look at your subs number, whatever it is, consistently hitting these new numbers, you think things are going great. It takes one stream where it's slightly below where you were before, and you're like, oh. And like, it's like the air goes out of you. So unless you're like prepared for it, and you have to be quite mentally tough for it, it's one of those. So that's why gifted sub, there's obviously pros and cons. I think it's a really good thing still, but it depends what your motivations are for it. They've already upped the ads. I mean, there's a conversation to be had about ads in a second as well. Remind me, chat. Let's pick this team, and I want to have a conversation about ads, because there's a thing that I want to talk about for next month as well. Jeff's on his way to Mars, yeah. How you doing, Beyond? Hope you're good. I know, so it is about a month ago, right? Yeah. It was towards the end of August. Bruno not making the squad is a wild one. Adriel starting over him. Not sure. Yeah, this is the default skin, yeah. Marcelo starting? Welton Costing can start. All right, we're just going to go with that. I'd also say the FM community is on Twitch. Absolutely. Agree. This is not... I'm not really thinking about switching, because I think what we've grown here and what we have here is really good, and I like it, and I think there's a comfort in that for sure. I absolutely agree. Unless everybody switched, it wouldn't work. You do it as one, and you don't have any... It doesn't have any impact. For example, if I was YouTube... And I think Facebook tried this, didn't they? And I think Mixer maybe tried this with different communities back in the day. Like, Mixer tried to take all of the FIFA streamers at once, right? And that's the way to do it. If they were to do it, Facebook, if they would, I mean, not that they will now at any of those places, but if you wanted to take a community, you have to take all of the big streamers at once. You can't take them one by one and think that the community is going to move over, because instead they become an island, and they get stuck there on their own, which has happened to people. Back from Asda, that was torturous. Have I missed much? We've done some very serious conversations today. It's been good. It's been good. I like chatting to you guys about these things. I don't think we talk about these things very often. Leo. It's got to go in. Gabby! Sing the song, everyone.
Gabby, 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 Gabby. You're my boy.
Sing the song, Streamer Unions.
You're my Gabby
is there,
boy.
is there, I mean, I feel like streamers have quite a bit of power in that anyway, potentially. Serious conversations and mushy peas. Yes. Gabby. We got 2. Gabby. We got 4 Gabbies. We need 1 more Gabby. We're going for the Gabby game up here. We need 1 more Gabby, and then a You're My Boy. There it is. We need a You're. We've got a You're. My. Oh, Beyond and Pringle both went with the my. Close. Twitch needs streaming, not the other way around. This is true, Ian. And they will push and push and push and push until that streamer turns around and moves. And the only thing I think now for most people to move is YouTube to up their game. Like, if YouTube create like a dedicated streaming tab and things like that, there's a little small things that YouTube could do, and they would take big steps in that movement. But it's about changing and moving over a whole culture, isn't it? It's going to be hard to do. But yeah, but about ads, chat, as we were talking about. My theory, and I feel like it's there's a lot of evidence towards this theory. My theory is that Twitch is going to move away from Twitch Prime, first of all, because I think it must be hemorrhaging money, and I don't think Twitch is profitable by any account at the moment. And Amazon, you think they seem like the type of company that wants to turn over massive profits in all places they can. At the moment, Twitch has this thing called an incentive offer for streamers to run more ads on their channel, and it becomes you lock them in as a certain minutes that you have to do, and if you do that for a month, you get this incentive payment on top of your Twitch, which is like a number that's based off your Twitch income, what it could or would be. you get that money on top of it after the month. That's a lovely finish, by the way, from Leo. So for October, I've got this offer of money, and I'm thinking, do we do this whilst the offer for the incentive is there before I think it becomes something that you just have to do? And ads will just be put onto your channel no matter what, eventually. So I was thinking, and basically, it's to run 3 minutes of ad per hour, which is a lot. But I was chatting to people about how you could do that in a way that wouldn't necessarily make it seem like a lot. So we do 3-hour streams. So what we're talking about here is 9 minutes worth of ads in 3 hours, which is that's a lot of ad time. I could fully appreciate that. However, I think you can run them manually, and what you could literally do to make that extra bit of money is, in TV it isn't. That's the thing. We've got this culture around this about Twitch where it's like, that's a lot of ads. Well, really it isn't if you compare it to a lot of other things where you could still watch this stream for free. And by the way, if you're subscribed to the channel, these ads won't exist for you. You just won't see those ads at all. Like so this is only for people who aren't subbed as well, by the way. Simultaneously streaming is a thing. You can also stream on other channels for sure as well. That's something slightly different. But what we could just do is run at the very start of the stream. You could do 1 minute every 20 minutes as well whenever you go to the loo. I don't take as many breaks as I think I would. I think basically my stamina for streaming is about 3 hours. Then I get to a point where I'm like, I want to go and do other things with my day, or I'm tired of the streaming talking and stuff. So I think 3 hours is about right for me, is what I found. I can do longer ones as we've seen, but that's about it. But maybe if we took some more breaks, we could actually go slightly longer. However, my idea is we could just literally start the stream, run 3 minutes of ads right there before we even come onto the screen, right? Which we do about 3 minutes anyway, playing the song. You've run three minutes there. That's your first hour's worth of ads done. Then after second hour, about halfway through the stream, you take your 3 minute break. And it's just and I think you can do it manually, and you can press and you can run the ads. You take your 3 minute break, which is scheduled. Everybody knows it's coming up, right? You go to the toilet, you go and get a new drink. You guys can run to the toilet, get a drink, do what you want. You can do that anyway, of course, but it's a scheduled break, like a half-time break, not half-term. I'm a teacher, can you tell? And then you do it again at the end. You finish up the stream, you run 3 minutes of ads, then you raid over to whoever you raid over to. And there you've got your 9 minutes of ads per stream. I can secure the bag whilst the bag's being offered, and everyone's happy, right? Isn't that like... Basically, what I'm saying this to you is I'm thinking about doing this, but I don't know. I need to check basically that it's possible and that can work in that way, and whether you guys would be on board with it. If you are a sub, it doesn't even affect you anyway. And what I'm thinking is we do this for October, where towards the end of October we'll have the new game coming out, hopefully the beta will release. We'll have all of that exciting time. We'll be gifting subs all over the shop, right? If it's manual, do it for sure, yeah. But yeah, I thought I'd talk it through with you guys. I like to get your say on these things. And obviously trying to do it in a way that doesn't... Gamers will game the system. It's happening, right? Do it in a way that doesn't affect you guys as much as possible, because I am well aware that the idea on Twitch right now is if you've suddenly got 3 minutes of ads playing, people will leave. For sure, right? To be fair, you put in so much effort, it's the least I could do. Thank you, Juicy Almond. But yeah, that's my idea anyway. Don't think so, Simbo. No. So that was so what we would be compromising on. I've made no subs with a knackered team. What am I doing? We've been chatting is exactly what I've been doing. Let's do Gil for Vinicius. Martinelli's picked up a knock, is he? Good. Brian. Let's do that. What we would be compromising on is the revenue from the ads. So if we ran ads right at the start, say that's then for 30 people rather than 130 people, we would be losing out on a fair bit of revenue for those first set of ads, right? However, the middle ones would be like normal, and the end ones would probably be maybe slightly lower than usual, but not too far off, right? You start the season with a squad of 20. Nice. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one, J-Wig. Right, let's rest these players as well. But yeah, I don't mind ads in moderation. I know the streamer needs income too. Yeah. That's sort of it, isn't it? Twitch Turbo might be what they're hustling with these changes. I wonder though, gambling, because I will often wonder, is Twitch Turbo even still a thing? Because they never push it. They never market it, right? Are they actually hustling that, or are they? Do they not want you to do Twitch Turbo? Do they ultimately lose money through people doing Twitch Turbo because people don't see the ads and things? Like, I wonder if they've just not got rid of it because people would kick off about it, but then simultaneously don't push it as a thing because people would lose their minds. Yeah, I need to rest the team. I still didn't. We've got 3 days. We've got a Champions League game though, so we should be okay. I think after. Turbos existed for years with no promo. Yeah, right? Depends how many people you watch daily. True. Yeah. I'd imagine though that what really Twitch want is ads to be put in front of people. Is really what they want. And then that pushes the subscribing to channels thing on a individual basis. And if you're being pushed with loads more ads, people are going to have to subscribe to more channels. And ultimately, that means that they're probably going to pay more than $8.99 a month if you are ingrained in the Twitch culture. And so they want you to avoid Twitch Turbo instead, to go and subscribe individually to those channels, because they've also fed into this idea that that's how you support the streamer, and viewers want to support the streamer, don't they? I did like the fact they've adjusted sub prices, but I bet they lost a lot of money off doing it. I think I don't know, obviously, the ins and the outs, but I think making subs cheaper for the viewers is a good move. Definitely have sub to people to avoid ads and avoid watching people because of ads. They know what they're doing. 100%, Zimbo, 100%. Which is, again, why I wouldn't be like straight away, take the offer, run the ads and think it's fine, because I know it as a viewer, as someone who watches Twitch enough, that ads can be so off-putting, because that's how we've been sort of trained to watch Twitch now, isn't it? Ads bad. Watching the stream good, even if the streamer's not there. And I've had this, right? A lot of the DayZ streamers that I watch, and I watch a lot of DayZ streams, they will take a break where they're literally not in the game. They'll put like a screen up. They'll then take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes even on a break, run the ads during then, and the ads will pop up, and I'm like, my initial reaction to that is to go, right,
resubscribed
that's enough of that then. And I'm like, because I don't know why, it's like how we've been coached. Nikki, thank you for your Prime. Very apt. Thank you for the 19 months, buddy. I appreciate you, dude. Very, very appreciated. See, ad block is the only way, and I don't know what your emoji means there, but ad block is kind of like, I don't know. It's a bit, it's not, I don't think you should be advocating ad block to creators. It's sort of it's an evil for creators. Ad block just means that you're not making that streamer any money. Maybe not streamer, but maybe more so YouTube-wise. Like, just watch the ads would be really good. I don't know if AdBlock does work anymore. I've never used AdBlock. Instead, I've got YouTube Red Premium, whatever it's called these days, and then I'll subscribe to a channel if I want to watch them. Which, I mean, I am well and truly part of their system, right? Play an ad in half the time of the game, like in real, like at half time. There's an ad at half time every game. See, people wouldn't like it, would they? I'm a big ad block guy for general web use, but Twitch are getting better at getting around those. Are they? Interesting. Evil is in my... It's good evil it is, to be fair. It is in your name. It's stopped working, has it? It does work. Okay. Conflicting ideas there. All right, we've got sporting in 3 days. Let's continue. I don't know, chat. Do you like talking about these things? I don't think we do it very often, do we? There's lots to say. Coffee! This is definitely gone cold. Because there isn't a fancy transition to the ads. They just appear. I see. I don't mind the stream going into a smaller window, but they need an option to be able to unmute the stream because you don't need to listen to the ad for revenue. Yeah, I wonder about that. Like, even if they make it... I wonder if advertisers would be all right, even if they made it like you had to manually go and click it. Because I can imagine how many people just would still watch the ad with the sound on and not manually go and change it. Yeah, I know what you mean. We have, Nikki, yeah. We've done a big section on what's been going on Twitch this week. And the problem with all of that is that I think Twitch is still ahead in the streaming game by quite a considerable amount compared to what you can do streaming on YouTube, which means that they can do these things. Ollie is absolutely right, by the way. Very one show today. We've talked about England for 12 minutes. We did look at the Katsarina Wiegman. We had the big fish and chips drama. We talked about mushy peas, and then we've done ad revenue and Twitch for a while. Okay, we get 80%. That's good. Yeah, Nikki, I said it. I don't think long. It can't continue with how much money that must be losing for Twitch and Amazon. It can't be long. So if you've got a Twitch Prime, you might as well use it quickly. Don't let it go unused. YouTube is good if you already have a big channel for live streaming. See, I'm not sure. I guess so, Good Evil, unless you've created a Twitch channel as well. Like, I know for sure if I started streaming on YouTube now, my viewership would be nowhere near what we get on Twitch. You guys, I know a lot of you guys just wouldn't come over, and that's not because, and I don't blame you is what I'm saying by that. I'm not saying like you guys are wouldn't even bother. I'm saying I'd be exactly the same, right? It's part of your comfort. You come to this place, you know what you know where you stand. You'd have to go and I feel like you'd have to go and really seek out a YouTube stream rather than it be there in front of you, sort of thing. It's a streamer chat podcast. It kind of is, Dark Ghost. It is. Simbo, burning a hole in my pocket. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you, Simbo. Thank you for the 3 months. Chat, show some appreciation for Nikki and Simbo, both with the resubs. Timo Werner back at Leipzig. Interesting. Oh, is he actually in the game as well? That's cool. Did he score in this game? It's like FIFA. It's an absolute mess, but no competitor. Yeah, he is. And Savio assisted him as well. It is basically like that, isn't it? Twitch is so easy to navigate. I can go on YouTube, but I'm lost with their live streaming. They haven't... I don't know how they haven't done this yet. And I wonder if it's because maybe they don't want to do this. Like, I think what YouTube want to be is YouTube and their culture of what they produce as a platform. And they also want to have streaming. They don't want to make streaming the main thing on there because then it changes their product. But it is very difficult to do. Like, if you want to go, finding live people on YouTube is a mission if you don't watch them already. And even then, when you're watching them already, there's sort of this feeling, I think, that why would you watch a stream on YouTube when those creators that you like and watch will usually turn it into a video, or it will be a short, like you're used to watching those people in short time content. What's it called? Short content. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have an app and don't have things, but then again, do they need a separate app sort of thing? Do you want that to be a thing? Because I remember when Facebook had like the Facebook app and then they had the Facebook gaming for short form content. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, chat. I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? YouTube likes to content moderate, be in control of things. Live streaming makes that really difficult. Also true. Like, do they want people out there spouting whatever they want sort of thing about the world without being able to moderate it easily? I think they're scared of someone like Amaranth and the headaches they'd give them. Well, Amaranth being an example of the thing that they'd find, like, it's difficult to moderate, isn't it? Yeah, I think I agree. Videos are objectively better than streams, so the viewer retention on YouTube streams is much worse than Twitch ones. Yeah, and because they're also watching, people go there, people on YouTube are there because that's what they like to watch, and changing that is difficult now. Like, people watch the short form content from those creators, which are produced and highly produced, and which is part of the YouTube brand, is these highly polished and produced videos. All right, let's do our team for Sporting. We'll keep Kunagato in goal, I think. A few of these can come in. Neymar plays in the Champions League, doesn't he? It's what he does. Who needs a rest? Gil does. We'll play Vinicius wide. Martinelli's also tired. We'll play Brian. I'll do some changes here. Should do Kid wide. You'd play Emerson? Yeah, I'm going to. They probably would ban them. Yeah, you're probably right. Good Evil. Who else is tired? Jolson is. This is quite a weak team that I've picked compared to our strongest team. Is that going to be all right? Gabriel can come back in. Where's Paolo Cesar? He's there. Slight concern. Does he want a new deal? I think he did at the end of last stream, didn't he? Suggestions on an FM career in the Prem. Do Southampton, but do a director of football save. That's what you should do. Short form content. And when you say short form content, do you mean shorts beyond? Because I'm slightly concerned about the shorts. Not concerned, but I just don't think it suits me. I'm not a massive fan of shorts, you see, and it just seems like it's taken over the TikTok generation, isn't it? Could you imagine ads on YouTube Shorts? I mean, they've monetized them now, which is a good step in the right direction. Mad that they hadn't got that before, by the way. I think they could have done... I don't know why they didn't keep it the same monetization that you get on usual videos. They made it slightly less, but either way. Can't wait for the next episode of How Will Gary Megson better my team? It's good, isn't it? That Southampton save is so much fun. I love, by the way, if you've watched the latest Southampton video, I mentioned it like a little bit in the video. I just said, comment title charge. Honestly, I have had so many comments on that video just saying title charge. I love it. I love it. Meg Luke is doing well with shorts. It's something that I'd like to do, but I find them a bit cringy. Shorts. I find the whole idea like, hello, here's me in 1 minute. A bit like, ugh. And I think to make a good FM short, you have to have it quite highly produced. I think Luke does do quite good shorts. And I think you have to do a lot. And it's really not the easiest game to turn into a short. Like, it's very landscape is Football Manager, isn't it? And the information is in all four corners and the whole screen. Yeah, very info dump and overload. And I don't like it. It's very like the TikTok generation of things. Some are natural, just like a clip from a stream, but the scripted produced ones seem cringe. I agree. And the thing is, the successful ones are sort of those ones. Like just a clip from a stream are very, very rare to turn into a successful short, but it's tough. I'm not a massive fan of them, and it just doesn't lend itself to what I think we do here very often. And if it does, it's like highly produced them that takes a long time for a less than 1 minute video. Tell you what works for shorts. FIFA and like pack openings and things like that. Perfect. The Mr. Beast style of short video I find so unappealing. I think I think the FM audience is slightly different to that as well. The UEFA Champions League. Did we always have the Champions League logo pack in here? I feel like, did we? We must have done, right? Just noticed that logo there. You say that whilst I think they can bang Ollie. I think they're rarer though. I think they have to be like that Botta transfer thing was such a rare thing. It was an amazing thing that happened that then you turn it. And I didn't even turn that into a short. I turned that into a 1 minute something video. Like it wasn't a portrait short video. It was a short video. Brian has scored his first goal for the club, everybody. He's our new striker we signed in the summer and he scored a header at the back post. Get in. Yeah, we won't need a logo pack for FM23. Should we chat about FM23 in a bit as well after this game? As well, we can go. Maybe we'll go and watch the little video and have a little talk about the tease to new features. Because I've got some thoughts. I know that you guys will have some thoughts. For sure. Also, by the way, chat, again, talking of securing the bag, everyone else has got one of these, so I thought we'd get an affiliate link. If you are going to order FM23 and you'd like to support this channel a little bit whilst you do it, there is a link in there. If you'd like to go elsewhere and get it slightly cheaper from other places, do that. Absolutely fine. Yeah. Alcott being on there, cannot begrudge him. I couldn't pick a better person. Sell out at last, I know. It's like, all right. I'm buying it because the new FM will play a lot of it, but it's hardly groundbreaking. We'll chat about it in a second. Hold your thoughts. After this game, we will talk FM23. Don't waste them now, because we might make a Clates 2 video out of it if it's good. Billy Gates got me covered through Game Pass. Yeah, Game Pass being available on release is pretty cool. The missing out on the beta is a bit of a sad thing with the Game Pass thing, but definitely good. Look at this from Vinicius. He's flicked on his own header and gone and got it. He's then crossed to them. Was that Mason Holgate playing for Sporting, by the way? Can't click on him. Quick. It is. Unless there's a different Holgate. Pereira. Okay. Get it back. His kid, he's got an injury. Pereira loves a goal. Does he love an assist? Yes! It's Angelo, near post. I need to get ready to go watch football. Have a good rest of the stream. Enjoy, Nikki. Are you off out watching football? Are you going to Wales playing today? Or is there other football? Either way, thank you, dude. Samba? Yeah, all right. Did that play, by the way? play Samba? I can't hear it. No.
Gabby, 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 Gabby.
Plays the Gabby song.
You're my
It has.
boy.
Oh, it's playing. Oh, I can't. Weirdly, I can hear the thing. There's so much Samba. I'm sorry. Why couldn't I hear that third time playing now? Sorry, everyone. Triple Samba. Weirdly, I can't hear that at all. It's weird how it's... Okay, it must be on the... You know, and it doesn't play for me, but it plays for you. Oh, you're going to women's. Nice. North London Derby. Cool. Now there's Samba and the Gabby song. Yeah, I'm sorry for that mashup, everybody. I need to take Kid off. He's injured, but we're just leaving him on. Dodo. Oh, good touch. This sporting team's a bit mad, by the way. They've got Sebastian Aller up front. They've got Adamola Lookman. Eggstein's just scored. That is actually going to be a goal as well. They've got Mason Holgate. Very weird sporting team. What's going on here? Ah. Sledgehammer. Right, let's go and score a goal at the other end, please. It's fine. I found it funny. Good. Good. Is the North... Oh, is it at 12:30? Is anyone going to watch the Sidemen match? Is that today? That's today, right? Is anyone going to watch that later? Right, Gabriel's having a shock here. Vinicius on a 6.2. What's going on there? That's today, isn't it? The Sidemen game? 3 o'clock. Let's do Gil on. Let's do Lordolino on. Is that going to be on YouTube? I imagine so. Actually don't know where that is. I will, if I remember, I will put it on. I might forget. Have you seen Crawley? Yeah. What? Did they definitely going to sign someone from it? Or did they just say they're going to scout it? Yeah, apparently Crawley is scouting it. That is a madness. I mean, they'll do like... Do you remember when... What's his face at One Direction signed for somebody? Is it just like a media stunt thing? That's hilarious. It's on the Sidemen YouTube channel, is it? There you go. So, yeah. 3 o'clock, I believe. Big Pie facing goal. What a guy. He's got his Yashin hat as well. I show speed signs for Crawley. Imagine. When you read the article, it says he'll be on the bench for the FA Cup third round. Does it actually? Yeah, Louis Tomlinson for Doncaster. That was it. Juicy. Does it actually say that? That is mad. I mean, it's a good marketing thing. I'm not sure how I'd feel about it if I was a Crawley fan, though, right? John!
Thank you.
John,
Thanks for the 23 months, buddy.
X23.
Appreciate it, dude. Chat, show some love.
Okay.
Show some appreciation. Also, Ant Mitro, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you too. All right, we've won that game 2-1. Not exactly amazing, but we've won it, and with a pretty well-changed team. We've won all of our games so far this year. This is nice. We've got Freiburg next. Let's get to it. Get to it. Remember Gabby Bonahor got so much hate on Twitter for taking him out? What, he took out Louis Tomlinson, did he? The club will look to potentially add new talent to the squad for its upcoming FA Cup match on the 5th of November. Sounds like they are going to then. Do you wonder if they've got somebody in mind? Like, who they actually think is semi-okay? Like, who are the good actual players that are going to play in that game? Talk about the FA Cup father on the BBC next week, innit? Nice. Nice. Should we look at FM stuff? If I go here, I say maybe Noah Beck. I saw like the clips of Noah Beck. I'm not sure. Not convinced necessarily. Right, chat. Let's maybe Chris MD. Yeah, maybe. Not sure. Let's listen to this. I don't know if you can hear this. Let me know. Can you hear this?
Definitely FM23.
I can't really hear that, to be honest. Could you hear that? The reason Clates is finishing at 1 to get to the Sidemen game. Yeah, exactly.
We have leveled up.
Can you hear that now?
The design team now is
Bit quiet. I don't know how I can turn it up for you. Is it on? What's it playing on?
much bigger.
It's on the system alert, so I can do it on here. What about, can you hear this now?
Definitely FM23, we have leveled. Definitely.
We can definitely put these on as well.
We have leveled up.
All right, let's watch this and we'll pause it and talk about it.
The design team now is much bigger than it was before in the studio. We've hired in specific areas to try and deliver the best games that we possibly can for...
Feature, everybody. We're trying to make it as good as we can make it. Thank you, Miles. Good stuff. Excellent news. That's a good start. But yeah, they seem like they've hired a load of people. Like we've seen like Holly and Mike, etc. So I think there's some good signs in that.
For the people who are watching this video.
Does it feel that little bit different? Because I
Here he
think a
is,
lot
the
of
big
people,
dog.
myself certainly, were as soon as I saw that, I was really, really excited.
Immediately it was, how can we make this special? How can we...
So how different do you actually think it's going to look? What I might do, by the way, how does this sound for a video chat? What I might do is literally create a bit of a scene where we can run FM21 at the same time, not 21, FM22 alongside FM23. We'll do the same things in both games, or just, record both, and we can actually compare how they look together and see maybe a bit of a gameplay comparison sort of video. I feel like that'll be a good video. How different do you think it's going to actually look? Tricky says not much, which, I mean, I'm hoping we're going to see. I want it to look and feel different, right? Feature, hire more people, yeah. Also, I think they're talking about the Champions League at this stage, right? When we talk about how we can incorporate this into a feature, is this the Champions League license?
Incorporate this into a feature or multiple features and really kind of maximize the value, not just for us, but for the user as well.
This big brand.
Is that, is this the Champions League bit here? What were they talking about at that part there? I'm not quite sure.
Everyone in football
This is Champions
knows
League though, right?
Everyone wants to reach the Champions League when they play Football Manager.
Maybe you've got long-term targets that you've...
So what was that first one? I don't know what that first one's about. It's very vague, isn't it? And of course they want it to be vague because they're going to do the whole video and then show us exactly about the features. But Champions League is good. It did sound like it could be the Champions League as well, right? Miles tweeted about how he's really excited for people to see how they've done the Champions League license in the game as well, which, do you reckon... What could they actually do? Play the music as you're going into a game? Have the whole feel and like the UI when you're going into the game feel like the Champions League, which I think is good. It's like, there's definitely something that we should be thinking about in the game. But is that a feature, or is that just like a nice little looks nice sort of thing? The music. Also, how does the music work with DMCAs on Twitch and YouTube videos? Is that something that's going to be a problem going into it? Is it actually going to be something that we're going to have to mute because of the issues? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really know. When it's in a game, it's slightly iffy, isn't it? I know with FIFA, you have to turn the music off, so I'm not quite sure. The cup, I guess, has to be, otherwise it's no different to a logo pack, right? And I know that they're going to compare it to without logo packs, but they know the existence of these logo packs, right? What a time to return. Yeah, Holly, what a time to return. I'm excited for it, though, definitely. Like, it's a definite step in the right direction. I think the more licenses and the more realistic we can make FM look, the better, without having to go and do third-party things and, sort of toe the line of these things which are legal and aren't legal. It's not a great thing to have to do, is it? So more actual licenses, please. Good.
And how would my team look based around this new midfielder? So anyone on your shortlist can be brought into your planner at any time.
What do you think about this planner thing? I think it's really good for and obviously I don't know how it's actually going to be implemented and how it's going to look. I want it to be like a whole holistic thing, but I'm really excited about this one. I think this one could be really good, especially from a content creation point of view. Like, what I want to be able to do is like, what I'm imagining is like like a squad builder on FIFA where you can do concept players and things, like putting your midfielder in and seeing how they look around things. It would definitely look great on streams, right? On FM, instead of a spreadsheet, you can actually make it on the game. Because how many people go and make spreadsheets? I mean, how many of you guys make spreadsheets outside of FM when you're playing your saves? I love doing all that. If you can do that in the game and it's incorporated, definitely. I'm quite excited to see how this is going to be implemented. I would love it, and I really want it to be a thing that is something you want to use because it's a useful thing rather than a thing of... It's a great thing that if you really want to and it's a lot more effort, but people might not touch it. I don't know. I think bringing those things in is a good thing. Too many of us, yeah. It was very exciting to see all the Bundesliga graphics. So even that's, and with the Champions League will be better. Yeah, definitely. And how many times actually? Think going back to the Champions League thing. How many times have we had in the Hertha streams people ask me what skin I'm using because the Bundesliga was licensed and the match day experience was really it looked good, didn't it? Everyone was like, "What skin is this? This looks amazing." And it was the real game. It's just because it was licensed. So again, more licensing, the better, I think. I want it to be more than just a UI update as well. Yeah, agreed. As you saw. I don't know why I've managed to hover over the GoXLR thing there. Here's a link to this vid. Yeah, it's on Twitter. If you go to the FM Twitter page, Lulu, it's the pinned tweet on there. So you'll be able to see it there.
I really loved the way it looks. When I saw it, I was like, I get it. Signing a bargain
That's
player.
good, by the way. Like, you know my appreciation for James Alcott on this channel. If he likes it, I'm on board. Sold.
Integrating a new gen from the youth team. These are the things that like really excite us when we're making the game. And we wanted to have like a physical representation of that.
Is that still about the planner, right?
Part about, supporter confidence.
Yeah, I bet, Holly, I bet. And like, it's been so deliberately vague, isn't it? Trying to listen to people trying to figure out how things are going to look. I'm so jealous that you know about these things. What do you think of supporter confidence then? So I imagine this is going to be like your board confidence thing, but I like the fact that we're tying in how the fans are feeling about it. I think this is a thing that maybe it's obviously a little bit of it's in the game before, isn't it? You can go and see what the supporter confidence is. I'm not sure, is this like a flagship feature thing? But if it is a big change towards how you manage a team based on what the fans are saying and the supporter confidence, I think it's a good thing. It's definitely realistic. Just think of like the Glazers and Manchester United this year and stuff. I think support confidence is definitely something they've needed to do.
This emotional part that fans have about the game, about the club.
That's what I like that, by the way. It can vary to the board. I'll rate it. I think it will be able to. In fact, already in the game, if you look at like you sign a player, often the fans will love it and the board will not like it so much, or the board will love it and the fans aren't too happy with it. Already they do differ, so I'm hoping that they do differ. I don't know how that's going to be tricky to manage, isn't it, when you're managing a team? Like, the fans love it, but the board absolutely hate it, or the board really want you to do this, but the fans aren't going to like it. Sounds like a real management job then, doesn't it? Again, depends what you can do to influence it. Does it mean like signing a player? Does it whatever? We'll see how it's actually implemented, won't we? Separate supporter expectations. I think so. Surely it must be something like that, right? I imagine it's boosting what's already there, sort of like a deadline day to glow up. Possibly, Ollie. Possibly, yeah. Not doing press conferences equals fans hate you. I hope that's not a thing. Like, to be fair, I actually hope that's not a thing. Maybe a little bit, but if we make the game slower and more admin-y, I'm not sure that's a good thing for the wider player base. Like, already, as somebody who plays the game a lot here, then press conferences are a little bit dull and samey. If they're not samey, maybe if they've got a little bit more, if they're a bit more dynamic, then maybe it's worth it. But doing all of them is just not, it's not feasible, is it? So I hope it's not because of that. But I don't think it will be. I think they're smart enough to make that not a thing. I wonder if there's a stronger emphasis for support-owned club potentially. Potentially, we'll see how it's done.
About the decisions that you take as a coach of a football team.
As much as everyone loves to go forward and press high and attack, we also want you to be able to kind of sit in a low block and be able to soak pressure.
Now, this one, if this works, this is huge. Being able to play defensively and actually win games would be a massive step forward. You say finally, Tricky. I'm absolutely with you, finally. I so hope this works perfectly. I so hope so. Because, I mean, it's bad for me in terms of showdowns and things because we just play all the strikers and all the attackers, don't we? However, having more... like, for years now, it's really frustrating that to be able to be successful, basically what you do is you play really attacking, you play a gegenpress, you play really high intensity, and it's going to be more effective. There are ways you can make it work with other things and play different systems, but it's not good when that's like the cheat code and the easy way to do things is using all of these, you know, attacking and gegenpress. I really hope that this actually works and a low block works and it's a bit more dynamic in between games and like, oh, actually this team's doing this, etc., etc. That being improved would be a real big step forward. That's really exciting. I think it's maybe my favorite of the features they've teased so far is the fact that a low block might work. However, we'll temper our expectations with this, because I feel like this has been something that's talked about. Like, there are these systems in the game at the moment, aren't they? And they just don't work as well as the other ones, right? You can go and play a counter-attacking formation or tactic, sorry, and again, you're better off even as a lower ranked team in a league just playing attacking and winning games, but also losing a few more. You're going to be more successful. If you just went counter-attack entire season, you just get relegated. You can say finally, but FM18 was basically that and people win. So I'm definitely looking forward to it though. We'll see. Again, with all of these things, sound great. How they're implemented, we will see. And I'm hoping that there's going to be a few more on top of this. I think they've been deliberately vague, which is a good thing because it gets us talking. It makes us do these sections of the stream, doesn't it? And I hope there's more to it. Let's see. Was there anything else in this video?
As well,
Counter-attack.
So you have the tool to be able to defend as well as attack.
What would you say to fans of FM? Can they be excited this year?
I mean, they didn't say yes. So I hope the answer to that question is yes. I am excited. I did watch this and I know what people are always going to moan about everything, right? I watched this and did think, okay, there's enough in there to get me excited about a new game. I hope they can deliver it. I'm sure they will. That's all I ever ask about. By the way, there's the Champions League license product thing. Look on the end of there. Look, all I ever ask about it from FM is just incremental changes. I don't think when people talk about wanting like wholesale, completely changing the whole game. Do you know what would happen if if people did that? People would stop playing because they wouldn't understand it. It's a with a game like FM, it's a incremental, ongoing thing. And I think as long as it improves year on year, which it has, like people forget. Go back and play FM 17 and you'll be like, oh, well, okay, the game has got better. So we'll see. I'm excited. Let's wait and see. There we go. I understand not getting wholesale changes, absolutely fine with that, but the price has to decrease if we're to accept it. Does it though, Brady? I know what you mean. I'm not arguing with you. This is like a debating thing. Does it though? Like if you look at how much FIFA costs every year, is it not just putting it into the like it's way more competitively priced than that, right? So I wonder, like, I don't think you can have a functioning, it is reduced there, good. I don't think you could actually make enough money as a company if they did that though. I sort of know what you mean. It's like whether people talk about going to a subscription service instead, right? Around 35 quid, very reasonable for a game you get a lot of mileage out. Exactly that as well, right? How many hours do you get out of FM for 30 quid a year compared to your FIFA, which people still go and pay 70, 80 quid for and play for a month? If that's working and EA are making money out of doing that, it'd be madness for FM to go cheaper than that. Especially, by the way, as it's coming out on things like Game Pass and all these other platforms. You're literally paying pennies for playtime. Yeah. I often get a few hundred hours out of it, so 35 is a bargain. I think I'm definitely on that side of things, yeah. For sure. In 2022, £35 is ridiculous. Yeah, I sort of agree. Well, I do agree. Marcelo's picked up an injury. That's a shame. Let's put this music back on. That's loud. Oh. Last season it was dynamic youth rating. I'd like to see that work again. Does it work? I don't know if it actually does work pretty well now, but Ollie says it does there, so I hope so. I'd like to see a few more things. Somebody mentioned a thing about the tiny features, sometimes the great features. Sometimes it's a start. We'll wait for the articles, vids on the headline features and the quality of life features that are drip fed to us. Agreed. Ollie agreed. Exactly that. John says last season it was dynamic youth rating rankings and stats. The thingy center, the data hub. Everyone cheered, and then it transpired dynamic youth ratings wasn't a thing. Basically, no one's used the data hub unless they're. Yeah, I know. I don't think bringing these things in there with the choice to use them or not is a bad thing necessarily. I think that's a good thing, bringing more into the game. But yeah, I almost said it at the time last year as well that I looked at the data hub and thought, I don't think I'm going to use that. I don't think that's how I play the game necessarily. I just don't really. But I know a lot of people do, so maybe that's part of it. How you doing, CRT? Hope you're good. Jojo, thanks for the 25 months. Hope you're good. It's a lot of months. Thank you, dude. Improved contract talks. Can we get him to No. I think we're going to need to give Paulo Cesar a new deal. He's on 47k a week and he's really good. So I think I gave him a Brazil cap and now he wants to be an important player. Regular starter? No. I suspect a lack of major updates this year, relatively speaking, and that a lot of stuff will appear in 24 when I suspect women's football is included. Yeah, I think women's football for next year makes more sense. We will see. Yearly wage rise of... He wants to go up 100k. No. No, stop. You think I want to talk to him? Tell him you'll give him one first. Why? To make him happy for it, you mean? Shall I say that? Or is there a way that I can not give him one? Influential member of the squad? Is he an influential member of the squad? He probably is. Again, here's a little quality of life thing. Be able to see their hierarchy status here. Influential possible. Do we try it? Well, I don't really want to give him a contract, but also he does probably deserve one. Like, instead of coming out here to see this, that'd be good. He's highly influential. So he might do. Yeah. So let's try it. Holly, if you're here. How you doing, Millis? All right, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. You're right. Let's kick the can down the road again. Ooh! I've just seen... This is why the notes are useful. Maybe the planner could involve this stuff as well. The Brazil intake is in a few days. We've got about a week. We're going to go and look for some Brazilian youngsters. In a non-creepy way. There's an injured pigeon stuck in your garden. Get out there and save it. You have no money, good evil. Fair. I hope your fortunes change. Too late. All good. All good. I'd like hierarchy status in player chats, please. Yes. Basically, Holly, we were just saying a player just asked for a new contract, and when I was talking to him about that possible new contract, I'd like to see if he was highly influential in the squad or not. Because if he is, it changes how you deal with that situation. But you have to go out of the player chat to go and see what his hierarchy status is to go back to the chat. I don't think Holly's job is just to take features to the game. There's literally a new feature request system, isn't there? But literally, I know. I think that meme might be one of my favourite memes. And we do it here a lot, Holly. That every time there's anything we want in the game, we say, @Holly. I hope we can offer a contract to a player considering his options. Yeah, that's kind of true. Like, as soon as they have a bit of interest, they're like, no new contract for me. That's kind of true. When's the beta? Exactly. Exactly. You're basically Miles now. Used to be @Miles, now it's @Holly. Feels more achievable. Exactly. We feel closer to it, right? Did you just call me Miles? Has anyone ever seen Holly and Miles in the same room, though? That is the question. That's nothing to do with looks, but I'm not saying you look like Miles. That's not what I've said. 2Qs. Will you do a 5 years? I've seen you in a room. I have, yeah. But I've never seen Miles in a room at the same time. So listen. What have you shouted? You've seen me in a room there. Just about to ask that, yeah. 2 questions. Will you do a 5 years in the future to finish this save? And hypothetically, would you expect your viewership to fall massively if you didn't play FM23 and kept this save going instead? Yes. To the second question. Probably yes to the first one. I miss Lenny. He was nicer to me. He was. But you were overlooked a bit by Lenny, weren't you? By proud as he is. So, you know. Was Miles there when you saw Holly? No. So, this is it. This is the question I'm asking. Lenny went absolutely to town on Proudy's ears. So, not in a weird way, just licking them. That is weird actually. Anyway, so you're taller than Miles. You actually. This is a revelation. It was in a weird way. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I tried to make it not. Yeah, no, it was in a weird way. It was uncomfortable, wasn't it? There's 2 people in this world who Lenny does that to. My brother John and Proudy. Absolutely loves their ears. Weird. Miles does give 5'6" vibes. Can't comment. Can't comment. All right, we've got Freiburg. Wow, that is tall, John. We've got Freiburg away from home. Let's pick this team. We are away, so that means Alisson can play. Let's play Jolson back in there. Let's play Fabinho. Let's play... Gil. Is Welton Costin actually back from his injury yet? He is. He's not injured. He doesn't have to have those injections anymore. That was good. Yeah, I knew what you were doing, John. I knew what you were doing. Have we kept up with the Alisson count? Probably not. Would you like me to do it now? Alisson has played 20 matches. 20 matches. So it's about to be 21 if you'd like to do that. It's Alisson, not Alisson. You did. Leo is back as well. And we can put Neymar. We got 2 more subs, right, as well. Neymar can go on the bench. At least you didn't ban me for a pun like Jack did. I would never, John. Probably. Start Paulo Cesar. That's the team for this game. Yeah, 21's correct now that he's played this game. Good. Alisson is now French and called Alisson. Alisson. The song. That's French for you, everybody. Here is the Freiburg team. They've got Hwang Hee-chan up front. Schalke legend. JFC plays 1 game, scores twice, and never played again. Yeah, no, he's a cup player. Although the quick pick is putting Jonathan from Church on the bench ahead of Bruno, which is mental. It goes Adriel, then Fabinho on the bench, and Jonathan from Church on the bench. Bruno not making the squad by the quick pick, which is a bit wild.
Okay.
Maybe it's time to start playing Adriel a bit more, but we've just signed Fabinho, so I'm not quite sure. We will see. They're in on goal. Right, Alisson. I should just play Emerson, shouldn't I? David Brench. Has Frenchino got a club? Yeah, he went to 1860 Munich in Division 3 or Bundesliga 3. We've conceded. This is such a simple goal. Big ball over the top. Alisson just lets it in. I mean, it was a good finish. We're 1-0 down. We've got a highlight, though. Here we go. You're the best keeper in Munich. You actually are as well. Get in, Gil. Go on, Gil. What a finish. He's got, what, 11 finishing? But he's finished that. Yeah, he's actually playing. Yeah, that's part of the save, wasn't it? That Bayern have got no goalkeepers. No. Ollie, they signed some random lad who's rubbish. Ollie is actually as good as him. How are they doing in the league, by the way? Without a goalie. They're 7th. They've got 9 points from 7 or 5 games, so they are struggling without their goalkeeper. We've gone back to the top with the equaliser. I don't know what they're doing without their goalie. Weird from Bayern. They'll probably sign one in January, to be honest, won't they? What day are we on now? October? October, yeah. Gabriel, he's hit the post. He's hit the post. The beans on toast. They're playing 4-4-2 here. I like it. Thought we were going to win that. We did not. We've got it back, though. Gil. Ball over the top for Leo. Well, I'm not sure what their defenders are doing there. He's finished it. Leo's good this year. This is 7th of the season. Leo might actually be all right. He's not a fraud. No one suggested he was, but I'm telling you, he's not a fraud. That's a really good finish, actually. Not Gabby. Oh, God, I mean, MJ's just started the game. The Gabby game is in... No, it was a short one. A roaring success. Good. Have you got any ideas for a Twitch save for next FM? We're going to start with a Newcastle save for the beta. I think. Not 100% confirmed, but I've made some cool thumbnails, so probably. And then I've got an idea for the next save, and I'll say it's along the same lines of our Hereford save and our Malvern save. And there's a couple of clubs that I'm thinking about, but I've not fully confirmed which one it's going to be yet. But it'll be that type of save. So starting low down the English pyramid and making our way to the top and building a dynasty that way. And, you know, keeping track of it, creating a graphic to go along with it, all of that stuff. That's what I'd like to do for next. Up is back. It's an up save, exactly. It's an up save. Load, by the way, thank you very much for the raid again. Load just raids here every week. What a man. What a man. We need to finish before Load one of these days so that we can raid him back. Because he just raids over to us and then he's not online when we finish. But thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Raiders. We're 3-1 up, by the way. Gill's got the assist. Vinicius has squeezed it in. Near post. So part to Prem. Yeah, sort of. But basically yeah. It's just a lower league save, though, isn't it? It depends what you want to call it. You could call it non-league to legend. You could call it part to Prem. You could call it whatever. It's the same save that people do. Costin! Get in. I've got far less streaming stamina than you, so it won't happen. Yeah. I assume I start a bit later as well. Right, Load? I'm not sure. Will your manager be spineless again? Almost certainly. I will start, by the way, like we did with Hereford, like we did with Malvern, with a manager that has nothing. So part of the save is trying to get them their coaching licenses as we make our way through up the leagues. We might even have one where we get sacked or we change clubs one of these days. We never really do the journeyman type thing, do we? And what I want to do, by the way, chat, is, this is my thinking, because I think we can do it and do it justice and turn it into a good video. Based on what we produce as videos now, by the way, on YouTube, I think there is a case to be made that after we'll stream at the weekends, possibly with midweek streams too, as bonuses, like usual, because that's kind of what I can do with my job right now. Get in, by the way. Leo, great goal, 5-1. But I think we can do a Wednesday upload where it is a rundown of everything we've done in the streams over the weekend. Like we do our Southampton saves now, where we play through a certain amount and we talk about what's happened. I think we can do a slick, well-edited video summing up what's happened on the weekend, so that if you miss the weekend streams, you get the Wednesday uploads. And it's not just a stream highlights thing. I think it's a standalone video that we can do a good job with. Because basically what I do with the Southampton save is play a whole chunk, talk about what's happened, maybe play a game. And I think we can do that with the Hereford save or whatever it might be. Why does the stream have a Twitch Rivals overlay? I don't know why that's still a thing that you can click on, but that's from when we were in Twitch Rivals, Nicholas. It was good. We were really good in that as well. One of the better performers, I think, in that Twitch Rivals competition we were in. Playing Fall Guys. But yeah, I think that could work, right? Because you miss streams every now and then. You get a bit caught, like, behind. Let's make a 20-minute video every Wednesday. And I think it'll be good. Let's bring on Adriel. Let's bring on Brian. We're 5-1 up. Let's do 3 subs, actually. We're 5-1 up. Kid for Welton. All I recall of that Fall Guys thing was Jack asking if it was acceptable to hate certain races. And I think I replied saying, yeah. And then we both realised what he just said. So I'm keeping quiet about that because in the clip you don't know who said it. But I think I'm like, yeah. Also, we were on the actual Twitch Rivals Twitch accounts page because when I put that bean thing on, we were on the actual Twitch Rivals page and he went, hey, look at Clay. How we didn't get cancelled for that. I'm not breaking. It was just a voice. No one knew it was me. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that is probably my streaming highlight. How many viewers was that to? And it was me and the stupid bean thing. Have I even got... It was in this. This was on the actual... Basically, the Twitch homepage. Look at Clay. Like that. Ridiculous. All right, 5-1. This is a good win away from home. Considering we were 1-0 down as well. Leo has turned up. Classic Clay. That was classic Clay. Leo again for the hat trick. Instead he goes for the assist. Vinny's blocked. Oh, no. Oh, it's all right. I'm not going to drink that. That is cold. Good tackle, Gil. I've done subs, right? I did all 3 subs in one go. Yeah, I did all 3. We've only got 3, right? Can't do any more. I did them all in one go for once, early as well, because we were 5-1 up. We are knackered still. Kid is very tired, and he's come off the bench. He's picked up an injury, that's why. You did miss that, yeah. Gil down the right-hand side. To Brian. Oh, I wanted Brian to get another goal. Oh, yeah, I need to check out that random... Is that a pen? Might be right on the edge, might be a pen. That random England manager from last weekend, wasn't it? What was his name? What was his name? It was just some random guy who'd never managed a team before, became the England manager. We need to see how he's done, because there's been an international break as well. We need to see how he's actually done it. Greg! It was Greg. It was Greg. It wasn't Southgate, no. It's a penalty. Leo for the hat-trick. Yes! Leo is the hat-trick hero of the day. We need a link to the video on Tactic. We need a link to the Jenga video. Like, it's good that we explain the Jenga thing, but I think people asking for the Tactic probably just want a link to it. If someone could do that, that'd be good. Maybe just a link to the YouTube video, and then all the links are there, aren't they? Feels like a month ago. I mean, it was a week ago. There is a command. Yeah, I just don't know what it is. Jenga vid. Is that it? They've scored. Jenga tactic? Jenga video. There it is. Whoever asked about the tactic, there it is. Jenga bells. Good. 6-1. That was disallowed. We might make it 7. We probably won't. I think the whistle's going to go. Yeah, teamwork. It's always good when a command takes 8 tries to find it, right? Probably because I've started uni now, so it feels longer. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking back. I went and had lunch with a couple of my mates, but it was 12 years. Is it 12 years? No, is it? Oh, yeah, it's 12 years, basically to the day since we started uni. And you know, you get put in halls at the start of uni. I went for... I had lunch with the 2 other guys that were in my room, in my flat, in halls. Just cool, isn't it? 12 years ago. That is madness. Plus partners, plus dogs, basically, is what that lunch was. 4 to 7 days for kids, not the worst thing in the world. Gil. Leo's being tracked by Chelsea for 93 mil. Cool story, bro. Yeah. I don't want to talk to anyone from my halls, and I went 5 years ago. Yeah, well, I mean, the other 3 people I don't talk to, so swings and roundabouts. In fact, one of them's on holiday with John right now, which is a fun fact as well. Cool story, bro. Again, 30 years ago last month for me in uni. Jeepers, that is jeepers. I work at a university, and it's scary how unprepared the average youth is to not be not living at home. Honestly, one of the guys I lived with, one of my first memories of him, meeting him, in fact, I think it was the first time I met him, is when I walked into our kitchen in halls, and he'd made beans on toast, and he had the toast on his hand and the beans on top, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He went, "I haven't got any plates." I was like, "Do you want to borrow a plate?" And he was like, "Yeah, please." That literally the first time I ever met him. The thing is, 12 years later, I reckon he'd still do that. So, yeah. And he's got a child. I bet England are incredible under the new manager. Yeah, we need to check it, don't we, actually, as well. I had a flatmate try and boil a frozen pork chop. I was impressed by his effort. Yeah, good work. Yesterday was bad, I know, if it wasn't like an assembly, but 3 hours long. What are we talking about? Oh, right, for one of your days at uni. Yeah. I swear the reason why students eat out is not for socialising, but a lack of knowing how to turn on a cooker. Yeah, definitely true for some. Not as no, that is worse than eating cold McDonald's burgers. And the story, the context of that story is important of eating the cold McDonald's burgers. I won the Deliveroo lottery, actually the Uber Eats lottery. They sent me about 6 extra burgers than I actually ordered. Couldn't eat them in one go. Didn't want to throw them away, so I ate one of them or 2 of them cold later on. Or the next day or something. It was chicken, it was fine. You can eat a cold chicken burger, all right? Get off my back. Anyway, it's fine. Can't wait for next week. Actually start the course. Yeah, those induction weeks and things can be a bit draining and long, can't they? England. I'm over it. It's fine. Greg Irwin. There's nothing wrong with what I did. I know. Is cold McDonald's burgers any worse than cold pizza? No, John, it's not. People got up in arms about it. Said it was mental. Turned a chicken burger into a chicken sandwich. The magic of Just Eat Lottery. Exactly. If you bought a chicken sandwich, chicken and stuffing sandwich from Tesco, it's basically that. This is Greg, by the way. Meet Greg if you've not met him before. He's the England manager. It's his first non-playing role. He's 45. He's never been a manager of anybody else. He's the official, actual England manager. He's not very good. Good reputation or not? Well, I assume it must be all right. He's only got a Continental B licence. Would like to be a manager in his next role. It's Greg Irwin, everybody. Holds no real opinion of me. How has he got on at England? England, I don't know when he took over, but England's fixtures have been a 2-0 loss to Italy. And before that, a 3-0 win. Was Greg Irwin the manager for this? They've won 3-0 at home to Norway. I can't see who the manager is, I don't think, can I? I think it would have been, though, because it was at the start of this month. When did they appoint him? Yeah, it was. They asked for me as well. They asked for an interview for me. He's lost to Italy, though. What's he playing? 4-4-2. I mean, they've got Tamorian, so maybe he's better than Southgate. We sure this ain't Southgate, yeah. John Watson. And the president of the FA is John Irwin. No relation yet. It could be that. Offer him a contract. I think I did try that last time, didn't I? I mean, let's try again. I mean, I think Greg Irwin should be our assistant manager. Get off. Okay, that was weird. He's not interested. Should I offer him a Brazil job? He can't. I can't. I tried to bring him in. Wasn't happening. Yeah, he was our backup choice. All right, we're going to go Brazil intake in a second. Are you ready, chat, to find me the next Mateus Breitas, the next Olivier Katenge? He has 1.5-star rep. Did you see that? Wow, so he hasn't even got good rep. Why? At Holly, why has that happened? Can we have that more in FM23, please? Because I'm all over it. Got a good tweet out of it, and that is the main thing, isn't it? That is what we're looking for in life. Okay. Let's get our scouting heads on. Because I'm sure we all have different scouting heads, don't we? It's Mike Bassett, but even worse, yeah. Brazil. What? Brazil. I wonder, am I able to know more about these people because of being the Brazil manager or not? Maybe not. What am I actually doing here? I'm doing the wrong thing. We need to go to Brazil. We're already on it. We need to go to How do I do this? Transfers, youth intake. We've had a couple. Bangosh. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I scout purely goalkeepers in the north of England. You do indeed. Let's have a look through these then. We've got a Palmeiras intake and a Sao Paulo intake. First things first. Any funny names? There's a Canu. There's a Quino. There's a Ricardo Ramalho. Julio Cesar. Santos. O'Dare. Not many funny names. Wenderson that I quite like. Are they any good? Stenio Marcos is not that good. Luca is not that good. Hello there. Manual scouting of a youth intake. Love it. Absolutely. Canu. I'd like him to be good. He's not really. Silva. Not really. Felipe Jose is not that good. Quino. Aggressive. Again, chat, as always, shout if any of these, if I say they're not very good and you're like, he's actually quite good, please shout. Left back. Maybe one of the better ones. Oh, sorry, he's not even a left back. He's a centre back. He's 5'11", so probably not. Ney Fabinho. Ooh. Has a bit about him. Lots of flair. Gets into opposition area. Is probably the best player so far, but also probably not one that I'm going to go out of my way to try and sign. Melchizedek. Is also not terrible, but not amazing. Wenderson. No. Felipe. Probably not. Elias. Unambitious. Ramalho. 6'3". Not very good. Julio Cesar. Okay, you're okay. Physicals aren't very good. Wenderson. Did you think Wenderson looked good? Are you just saying that? No. Who was it? Julio Cesar? 5'5", attacking midfielder. He's not amazing, is he? Fayadov. Thank you, buddy. I have one question. You can only do this type of save in Germany. It works better in Germany because of the registration rules. Is the thing. Nailed it. Thank you. You could do it in other countries, but because of the registration rules in Germany being so open, it works better there. You don't have to worry too much about registering your team. Maybe not the best question, but how and when do you know when to look at the intakes? You learn from previous years, Red Devil. What we did is we kept checking last year, and then we made a note in our notebook so that we get reminded of it every year. And the Brazilian one is on the 22nd of December. What you can do, look, is go back through the years and see when they came in. So, oh, look, it came through in September for the first time, and then into October as well. So each year you go and look at the right, at that time. Where did I get to? Julio Cesar looks okay. O'Dare looks okay. Tulio looks quite good. If you have better physicals. Can't cross. Can tackle. He's a bit meh. Again. All good, Red Devil. Melchizedek sounds like a Bible character with a song that gets sung in school assemblies. Many friends has Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. That song, that was a classic at my school. Highly requested. We used to be able to request a hymn. It sounds very, like, scary that this is what we used to do. Our treat on our birthday was we could request a hymn. Many friends has Tammy Abraham, true. I think all of those are rubbish. We will scout them, of course. Although, can I just request national reports? How quickly can I get a national report on these guys? I don't know if I want to do that. Also, I'm on Brazil. Can I scout these if I... Oh, no. Same as scouting. Yeah. Not worth it then, really. I like a scout report, I think. Because it tells me about being able to sign them, doesn't it? Oh, there they are. Why did it take me back to Brazil as soon as I go to the Brazil team? Look. If I actually go and look at the Brazil team... Oh, maybe it didn't. Maybe it just went across. I'm not sure. World. South. Yeah, look. Oh, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. It takes me to Brazil. It did change. It changes me to Brazil if I go to the Brazil squad. But I want to go in... Now I can't get scout reports, right? You should be able to still scout them. I can add to... Oh, yeah. Report. I can. At Michael. What? I can assign a scout. I just want to scout them for a week. Just so I can get a quick report on them. I can still. It's annoying how it changes, though. Not that it makes a big difference, I suppose. Question, what's your manager personality? I actually don't know. Should we check? Imagine it's gone back to spineless. Thinking of doing a Braga save. Yeah, that sounds good. Klug's not sure what to expect, apparently. Bundesliga, season preview. Fairly determined. Bit boring, that, isn't it? Oh, you went for Michael. You can't be getting Holly to do everything. Got you. Fair. I see what you're saying. Tassio, well done. Emerson, training well. There's a feature request. Can I do multiple of these, please? Put it in the video, actually, as well, didn't we? Kind of want to do a mystery shirt save. Yeah, nice. Do it. But then I get United and cry. Yeah, also fair. Any more? Did any more come through? I've continued in the day. Did any more come through? No. Let's go to tomorrow. Hello, Twitch user Clates. Hello, Twitch user Daniel Garvin Music. How are you? Hope you're good. Leipzig and Dortmund have drawn. We're on Saturday. We can go and look, see if any more teams are coming through for youth intake players. Let's do that. Isn't there some which you can decide which teams and leagues you don't want? I think so, yeah. That rings a bell. La 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 la. Let's look at any more. We've got Santos and Bahia. Now, this is probably our best chance of getting a really good player because, let's get a scout report on them. Bahia seem to produce the best ones. Kids come from there. I think Leo came from there. Basically, all of these guys. They're our affiliate. Basically, all the good ones come from these two teams. So, let's pay close attention to them. First of all, they've got a Michel Platini has come through. Any other funny names? Danilino is a great name. Rusta. Aurelio Defendi. He better be a defender. Lucas. Let's have a look. Muricky. Merica. Marcos Roberto. Let's start with you. 6'3" centre-back. Meh. Muricky. Meh. Leo Zido, did you say? Oh, yeah. Leo Zidio. Leo Zidio is a great name. Striker. 6 foot. Not amazing. Ramon Lucas. Come on. We can do better than this. I mean, they're all okay. Michel Platini. Not very good. Luis Octavio. Fernando Jose. 5'3". Julio Cesar with a Z. Cleriston Danilo. Ayrton. Oh, we want a worldie. Come on. This guy's got 20 determination. He looks quite good. Because those are all 10s. Is it him? These are 10s that could become 12s and 13s. I mean, he doesn't look amazing, but he looks okay. Centre back or a centre mid. Like a... Can he pass? Ish. Eh, maybe not. Does he have a release clause? No. He's not a CB, nor is he a C. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Reese
He's a bit stuck between them, isn't he? Reese! Thank you for the 6 months, buddy. Show some love, chat. Do some of these. There we go. Thank you for 6 months. I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe want to leave. Where did I get to? What's he called? Kleberson. Diogo. No. Souza. No. Search for all attributes except the set piece ones around 10 to 12 and then the attributes. Yeah, well, I do that as well, CRT. I like looking through every single one though when we've got a Brazil intake like this. Can you type Reese so I can ban you for breaking Nunez's leg? Good. Okay, this is it. One of these Bahia ones is going to be a worldie. I can feel it. Could be Takini, who does look quite good. 14 finishing, 11 pace, 12 acceleration. He looks like he will be actually quite good. Maybe not a worldie, but quite good. Valdo. is okay. Gledson. Oh, Gledson. 6'2" striker, 7 finishing. Other than that, oh, why is he so gappy? Why has he got so many holes in his game? Why has he got 9 pace? He's also temperamental, which I quite like. 9 pace, meh. He'll be cheap as well, I reckon, as well. Probably not. He's very gappy. What was he called? Gledson. Right, Arthur. Arthur Augusto. No. Danilino. Centre-back, 5'10". Right, Leo Zidio. This is what we want. Yeah, shadow striker, I think, Ollie. You might be right. Leo Zidio. Oh, he's rubbish. He's really bad. He's really bad. Jose Vitor. 6'2", goalkeeper. Does he look okay? Obviously 16. Maybe not. Maybe not. We just hope for good goalkeepers. Ricardo Maurizio. Again, looks all right. He's 5'4". Antonio Carlos. No. Alisson Augusto. Aurelio Defendi. No. No. Come on. There has to be one, right? Yeah, really low release clause. That's why I looked at it. Ruster. No. Last one, Lucas. That's not a good intake from Bahia. Who's listed as there? Lucas Deleuze is listed. Sorry, what? Where did he come from? Because he's 16. Did we miss him last year? Defendi was a left winger. He's got... I mean, I'll show you, look. He looks all right. He's 16. He's got okay potential. Did we just miss him last year? Because that's a 16-year-old centre-back. I don't think he's great. He's not great, but he's a lot better than any of those ones. I thought he might have come through. I mean, he's going to be quite good, but he's not amazing, is he? He's probably not worth... What's his release clause? 300k, though. Is he worth 300k in just signing? Yeah, Defendi was a winger. All right. He's got 18 tackling. Yeah, exactly. Let's move through to tomorrow. Or we'll go and play this game first, won't we? He'd come in a year's time. Yeah. I'm not sure. We can wait for then, can't we? Just get an updated scout report. Yeah, we probably should get an updated scout report as well, actually. Good shout. Again, how many years are we going to have of this save? Is it worth it? Sort of thing. I'm not sure. I don't want to think like that, but we might need to a little bit. All right, Leo's our top goal scorer, by the way, with 9 goals this year. For someone who can't finish, we like that. It is Bielefeld at home. So Emerson needs to go in goal. What is that?
Okay.
Emerson to goal. I'm going to bring in Militao. I'm going to play Dodo. We'll do that. I'm going to play Adriel. Gil, Leo, Costin, and going to play Angelo in this one. Couple of changes, but mainly the same team. You're unfit, so let's get you off the bench. Let's do that. Let's do that. Ooh, what are we doing the rest of today then, chat? Any plans? I think we might go to a home store. Exciting, eh? When a home store, I mean, like... Sorry, but this picture is just hilarious. Let me see this. One of the weirdest crossovers. I show speed with... It's speed with Mark Goldbridge. Unbelievable. Great content. I love that. Right, we're on the attack early with Dodo in towards Welton Costin, who gives it to Angelo, who I brought back in. He scored. Samba. 1 minute 24. Get in. What's the name of the playlist? The playlist I'm using is one of my own called Sunday Fun Day. And it's a classic around here. If you want a link to it, I believe there is one somewhere. There'll be a command for it, which I don't know. Yeah, I'm quite excited. I think I will put that Sidemen game on. It's going to be just fun to watch, isn't it? There you go. There's the link to it, K-Hawk, if you want it. Adrial into Gil. Have I upset them? Why have they all got terrible body language? Costin? Shoot. Oh, my word. What a goal. Welton Costin is unbelievably good. There's no backlift on this shot either. Recovering from a night out last night. Any recommendations on hangover cures? No. I was rubbish at hangovers when I used to have them. That is a great goal. Fizzy drinks, water, food, sleep. Yeah, food, but don't overdo the food. Powerade, get those electrolytes back in your diet. Costin, nice. He's missed it. How have you missed that, Leo? Stephen tries on commentary with Spencer. Yeah, I saw that. You curl up into a ball until it passes. Yeah.
Follow me. Okay.
Kind of what I'm doing now. Nice. Is Vinny on side? He looks a bit off, but I think he might still be on. Gil, Leo. The football. The football, by the way. Can't get a hangover if you keep drinking. This sort of true. That's your philosophy. Not sure it's a healthy philosophy. The football here, though. Look at this. That's outrageous. How can you build a team only with Brazilians? You only buy Brazilians. Tiago. I'm not sure what the question is. When we were buying players, we only bought Brazilians. And then we just did it. And that's what we've done. Militao is on free kicks. He's put it over. I'm not sure why Militao was on free kicks, but there we go. It's outrageous. It's contagious. For Christ's sake. Angelo down the left. Jolson. Penref. That's from behind. It's not allowed. It's outside of the rules. It's a penalty. I don't know who's on pens now. I don't actually know. We'll see, won't we? It's going to be Vinicius Jr. I think that's because of the no foreign players. Yeah, I guess it'd be that, wouldn't it? Basically, in the Bundesliga, you can register 99 players. And then if you sign them early enough, they become homegrown at club and homegrown in nation. And therefore, you can go but you can get past all of the registration rules because they're homegrown. That's it, Tiago, yeah. If he runs to the box, it's a pen. Stays outside the box, it's a free kick. No idea with the screen. Oh, really? I didn't actually know that. I've never bothered to check. I see. Except when they go to the screen for VAR, you don't know. I see. I didn't realise that. Sports Direct mug needed. The Sports Direct mug of tea after a hangover might be one of the worst things ever. Angelo. He scored again with 4. Is that 5-0 in 32 minutes? Jesus. Lord above. All I can think about is having like a builder's breakfast, like a massive one right about now. Yeah, to be fair, that I get on that wavelength as well if I was hungover. Good finish this from Angelo. Horrible defending. He's dinked it. We didn't samba. You go for a swim in one of them mugs. You can. Yeah, they're not very good, RB Bielefeld, it seems. They're struggling at 5-0 down without any shots on target. We are on course to win 6 of our first 6. To be honest, I'd be disappointed if we didn't win 6 of our first 6 from here. As we are 5-0 up at halftime. I almost encourage them. Let's praise them. Need one of these. What are they? Why is it open there? Why is there a Sports Direct swimming pool? Why does that exist in the world? It's only 20 quid. Should we buy one of those for the Newcastle save? We can do hot tub streams from a Mike Ashley swimming pool. I'm not bringing that up to Loft and filling it up with water. That just spells disaster, to be honest. Little birthday present for Lenny. We used to have one, and he used to lie down in it. And when we moved, I don't think it came with us on the move. I don't know where his... What? He's given a foul for that. Are we getting another penalty for this? He's checking it. Dodo just I think it's outside. I mean, it is outside, but it's never a foul also. I think it's going to be a free kick. He's run to the box, though. So according to Ollie's theory, that's going to be a penalty. We've been given a penalty for that. I mean, can we just rewind this? Is this the worst refereeing call in FM22 history? We've just been given a penalty for this. He just lunges in. I think he goes in two-footed as well. I mean, does he step on him on the line there and that's why we get a pen? Because what? Can I change this? Who do we want on pens? I want... Can I not even... I can't even select... I can. I want Leo to take it. Okay, Emerson. Fine. Fine. Yeah, we got a penalty for that. Sunday Williams. I don't think he's going to take this. We were chatting about the next year's save done earlier and doing a Hereford up type save. Oh, Vinicius is taking it. I did click it. Oh, well. We didn't rub salt in the wounds. Vinicius, it's because he's on a hat trick. Vinicius has got his hat trick from it, so that's why. I did click it. You saw that I clicked it, chat. It's a good pen as well. Top corner. Yeah, he's on a hat trick. I should make subs, shouldn't I? We're 6-0 up. Even though I did specifically change it from Vinicius to somebody else. What is that tackle? If they score from this, look at this tackle from, I guess, Paulo Cesar. Like, nowhere near it, mate. It's Militao. Probably about one-ish CRT. Here's Eminem. He's hit it straight at the keeper. We like an upsave, although Hertha Brasil has been elite. I agree. I think it's a good change to go back to an upsave next year, though. I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to the grind at the start of the lower leagues. They are fun. All right, let's do subs. Let's bring on Brian up front. How's Gil fared? We'll keep Vinicius on. He's on a hat trick. Let's do Laudalino up front. We'll do Pereira at left back. 3 subs. That was a baby leg indeed, wasn't it? Right, Liam. Liam is still telling me that Vinicius is going to take the penalty. I'm going to ignore you, mate. I'm aware. Lower league equals chuck strikers at the opposition. Absolutely. But if next year you can use things like low blocks and stuff, like, is that even going to be a thing? Like, it might be completely different. I hope so. Also, doing a save like that, where lower league getting promoted, that planner, if it is actually a really good feature, could be really good. Could be really fun to use, couldn't it? What titles did you already win, and what are your next upcoming goals? K-Hawk, we've kind of completed it. We've won the Champions League last year, K-Hawk. We've won the Bundesliga 2 years in a row. We're sort of seeing how far we can get with this save now until the next year's game. But we've won the Champions League last year, so we've hit the elite. We've hit the big time. I'd like to go and win the World Cup with Brazil, if possible. I'd like to win the Club World Cup with Hertha as well. And then we've sort of done it all. We've won the German Cup already. Yanni Serra always scores against us, although he's offside. Next objective is to build a dynasty, exactly. Yeah, Ollie, how cool would it be to like go on a proper cup run with low blocks? Like, that might be a video when the game comes out. Can we win a cup using only a low block? Do we do a stream chat where we can only use a low block and we don't stop until we win something or something like that? Like, we need another challenge stream. I'd like to really do next year with the success of the Champions League stream. I would like to do more challenge streams, not necessarily 33-hour ones, but I think the chance of them going that long is what makes those quite intriguing as streams, and I'd like to do more of them still. What's meant by a low block? A very defensive, low... Well, your defensive line is very close to your own goal. All your players are back and you're really defensive, K-Hawk. is what we know as a low block in football. I'm intrigued by the viability of low block. I do wonder if it implies rebalance of mentality. Possibly, Bangosh, yeah. Because a lot of people, I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding of mentality and... Because actually, if you look, there are... If you go to the... You can have your squad mentality as attacking, but if you go to this player here, his mentality is... Where do I see it on here? His mentality is balanced as a player. So you still have your individual player mentalities, which are to do with their roles in the team, because these are DLP on defend, which are different to your squad match mentality here. So if you have an imbalance, it can sort of work, but you go to each player and they have their individual player mentalities. So you have my shadow striker here who is very attacking, which is more attacking than my match mentality over here. If I go to my defenders and look at those, he's on a balanced mentality. So mentality is different to... It's a little less simplistic than people make it out to be. Although really what it achieves is that, isn't it? From what you see from your players. But there's a little bit more goes into it than people, I think, say. I wonder if the way that we have these low blocks, it is rebalancing of those mentalities and just changing what we've got to make it hopefully work a bit more. Because, I mean, it's not like this year you can't go and make a low block tactic. Maybe it will be a low block preset of a tactic. Like you go to... if I was to load in a tactical style, I could go and look at like whatever on here, on these ones on the left here. I could go and load in, look at all these, by the way. I could go and load in like part the bus. Maybe there's going to be a low block one that's slightly different to part the bus on here, potentially. But it's not like you couldn't do that anyway, right? It's just that it doesn't really work this year. Yeah, exactly, John. So basically, if your player here is balanced, they'll go with what your team or your match mentality is going to be, and they work alongside each other. Yeah. It works. It takes both into account is what you're saying, and that's true. Loan list. We've won 12 games in a row. That's cool. Sam Maximan, thank you for the follow. Cookie Monster. I have a perm. Thank you for the follow. Chaos TV, Doma, Paco. K-Hawk, thank you for the follow before that. I appreciate you. Yo, Sam Maximan, hope you're good. Hey, Stephen, how you doing, dude? How many likes on my Twitter picture? 64. That's why you tweet pictures of Lenny. These guys are all being loan listed. Is he Brazilian? He is Brazilian. Plays for Arsenal. No, he doesn't. What? Oh, he's Arsenal are interested in him. Potentially Bundesliga standard. Looks all right, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you, dudes. Not too bad at all. We're chilling today. We've had a good chatting stream today, I'd find. He's no Braitas, exactly. We're actually only... Oh, I haven't been checking the intake. That I've continued a couple of days. We're only a couple of months away from Braitas coming in now, which is cool. And make that existing mentality stuff clearer for FM23. Yeah, I think so. It is a bit murky and vague. I like the idea that there's a bit of exploring to do in there. Like, there's obviously a lot of information you can go into in the tactics screen. Like, exploring it and working with it is probably a fun thing, but also, yeah, maybe explaining it a bit more. I'm not sure. I mean, it kind of does look, right? So, it does, mainly, if you just hover over things, it will explain them to you, but the relationship between the two maybe isn't clear. I was going to say something then. Oh, yeah, we need to go and look at the intake again for some more Brazilian youngsters, although I'm losing a bit of hope that there's going to be any worldies because we've gone past Bar here and they weren't very good. Even just a tooltip of, and your players have their own mentalities too. Yeah, possibly. All right, Bar here, we've got Gremio, Fluminense, Mazinho is a young centre-back, he's 5'10". Pablo Baja, 5'6". Rudy, yeah. Serginho. Nathan Hermes, he always delivers. Chat. He always delivers. Hermes. No, he does. Boo. Stop booing. What do you mean? Stop booing. Where did I get to? Guilherme. Hermes actually don't though, do they? Yeah, they aren't great. They've rebranded to Every now as well, haven't they? Samuel Jose, 6 foot. Icaro. Stop booing is not great. Giancarlo. Carlos Eduardo. These are all rubbish. Faco. Good name. 6'4". Can't play football. Yago. They've got some nice greens. Neto, a goalkeeper. That is okay. He's not amazing. What's his release clause like? 300k, probably no good. One could say they have complaints every year. Good. Hermes fella lobs it over the wall. That's better. That would have been a better joke. Domingos Neiva. No. Flavio Enrique. Any of these jumping out, chat? They're kind of a bit mid for me. Or rubbish. He's got a mohawk. Something to consider? I've lost my tomato emote. Nunes. No. David Denner. Mohawk players are good. Erivelton. Maybe we need to sign that Mohawk player from the Brazil under-23. Do you remember him? What was his name? Thiago. Possibly Skilly, but I think it's part of... We've done it in this save. We have to do it every year. That's why I'm doing it a bit faster, to be fair, Skilly. Not spending as much time looking at every player as we maybe would have done before. I didn't actually scout those, did I? Let me go and scout them. You say it's coming out soon, though. It's still like at least a month. So that's like 4 weeks worth of game. But yeah, I know what you mean. At least a month, right? I've not seen a baddish Mohawk player yet. Yeah. Suggested Brazil squad. Who's it taking out? Bruno? No. Kid out? You're suspended anyway. Who's this for? Venezuela and Paraguay? Will beta saves roll over? They will do, yes. CRT. But if there are any updates and changes, they won't, obviously. So, as in terms of database changes. So, what I will probably do is not start the up save until after the beta, obviously. Also because there might need to be a database for it as well. Which is about 2 months. Which is about 2 months in game. About how quickly you play. This is true, Ollie. Yeah.
Follow me. Okay.
I'm just going to use the suggested squad because I'm over it. I'm already over it, I think. And we've given debuts to our players that we wanted to play, so let's just use the suggested one. A database, Cabri Athletic confirmed. I didn't say that. But that would suggest it, wouldn't it? Did we go through another day? Did any more players come through? We got to... Yeah, they did. We got to Fluminense, I think, didn't we? There's a few more players. You look okay, but not amazing. Marcos Vinicius actually looks all right. Very eccentric, though. I need to go back and do a scout report on Gremio and those. Scout them for a week. You did just... I didn't. You know... No, I didn't. I didn't confirm it. Cabri Athletic may have the best smelling ground anywhere in the world. I mean, there's a bit of a storyline. It would make sense, wouldn't it? I'd get the skin with the instant result. I know you're already bored with playing as Brazil. I think, to be fair, we might. Maybe for I might do for next stream. And also, it's just going to hold us up more, isn't it? For qualifiers that really don't matter. Any of these any good? Nathaniel, Matthias Rodriguez, Gabriel Catelli, Sangelo. It's a good name. Romulo Pauli, Marcao, Favaro, Van Ter. Ooh. Very determined, Van Ter. 15 pace, 12 acceleration. This guy. Now, I don't love these, the work rate being 5, but he's got the finishing and he's got a bit of pace about him at 16. It's next to the chocolate factory. I know, I've been there. I've been there. Offer them a trial, get instant update on them. Yeah, true, but some of them reject it. Quite often they reject it. This guy looks okay. Let's just get us... I am scouting him. Milton. Good. Oh, Milton. Hello, Milton. 5'10". Can't really play defender, so maybe not. Otavio. Looks okay. Goalkeeper again. Carlos. Andre Luiz, Saulo, Wellison Jr., Candido looks okay, but not amazing. Ney Fabinho. What are you, a striker who can't run? What's his name? Ausalandio Sotilli. Atalab. Ooh, 5'6". Good physicals, though. Fabinho. That's to the point. Batista. Marcial. Bruno. Romildo. Romildo looks okay. Ney Fabinho. Incredible name. Yeah, I know. Carry World is disappointing, though. It's a chocolate theme park. I can't really... I don't know if I made it up. I don't like... I've definitely been, but I can't really remember many aspects of it. And I feel like my memory is instead of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, and I don't think it was that. This guy has got no stamina. Come on in, Romildo. Come and have a trial, if you want. Leonardus Ferrari. He should be quick. There's a guy called Ferrari here with 8 pace. Priscillo Cayalia. He's quite good. Striker. He'll be quite good in the future. Pablo Enrique. Alves, winger, 15. This guy looks good. 4 strength. 6 finishing. He's not a striker. Maybe that. Again, he's going to be quite good. I can approach to sign him. He doesn't want to join. Okay. Yeah, Enzo is the one. Enzo. I'll do the sound. Don't think I've got it on the thing anymore. Where do we get to? We got past for... we got about here, right? Mateus de Jesus. Was it him? It was you, right? Yeah. Pablo Felipe. Bento. They're all okay and not necessarily amazing. It's not like Willy Wonka at all, is it? No, you're right, Dave. He's very Jobson. I remember there being a playground our primary school took us. Oh, really, Styles? Yeah, again, I think I might have gone like late 90s, early 2000s as well. Okay, you're going to come on. They've accepted that. They've rejected it for Vanter. Vanter, do you have a release clause? No. We'll wait for the scout report, I think. Enjoy, Skilly. Hope it's good. See you soon. He snubbed us. That's why you don't do trials, because they say no. Right, we don't need to go to that. Right, we've got Galatasaray next. Memories returning. Went about 2004-5-ish. I think I went on... Did your town ever have this where it was like... It was like a quid, and there was like coach trips that went to different places. And it's probably ran through like the leisure centre. I think we went on a... Me, my mum, brother and sister went on a coach to Cadbury World on one day. And we met the coach in the leisure centre car park, and it was really cheap. And it was like day trips for really cheap for like families to go on. I feel like that's what we did. And it wasn't even that far away. Yeah, Styles, they are, to be fair. I think you're right. Yeah, I never did that. Yeah, fair enough. Good to ask. Good to find out these things, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Fogman,
hey, Fogman. How you doing, Fog?
Good day, chaps.
Did you end up leaving? You've ended up at... No, you're still here. Is your contract up? Yeah, your contract's expired, but you're still here, Fog. Thank you very much for the 19 months. I appreciate you, dude. You went with school. Yeah, fair. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll just leave you on a ticking over month-to-month contract, apparently. You might just be because I'm not a 48-year-old male and all that. I'm not 48, Stephen. Thank you. What are you doing, Gaffer? Well, I just thought we'd let you spread your wings and that, you know. Branch out. Might as well be. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, chat, have you found a good way to find good young players while you're in the lower leagues? Trials, Pumba, is probably the best thing to do. Trials in the lower leagues. Let's start Gabriel and Cesar. Pereira gets a start. Adriel can start again. I think he was quite good. I think Angelo scored. Who's not on my bench here? Neymar plays the Champions League games. Oh, no. Let's put Kid on the bench. I'm back. We won yet? We've won. Some thinking Clayton's 48. Imagine, I know, right? Could I be cheeky and ask for a JoJo update? Yeah, that was a... Where are you now? You are Groytha Firth. Have I got you on the shortlist? Don't think I have. There we go. You're at Groytha Firth, second team. Where you're playing. You've played no first team games. You went out on loan to Gießen, who are non-league. But you're back playing you're playing for the B team. I don't know what league their B team plays in. Just friendlies apparently. So there you go. What a baller. Give JFC games? No. Oh, go on then. He looks more towards 30 than 40. I'm literally 30 beyond. Literally 30. JFC Hive. We're not... JFC's on the bench. Fine. Peer pressure. I'm starting Brian. Come on, we need Braytas. Braytas would be perfect to play in some of these games. But he joins in... Oh, yeah, we'll check on you after, Ollie. Have you won... I really want Ollie to sign for Bayern. Because they need a goalkeeper. And I really think it'll be amazing if they do that. I'd really like it to happen. I don't think it will. All right, big header. Costin wins it. Brian's going to score some goals here. He's going to score his first here from this cross. Okay, didn't get the cross in, but here comes the cross now. This time he will cross it. No, someone will, surely. There it is. It's... Okay. JFC is on the same hymn sheet as Neymar. Okay. Gil. Costin. There's the cross eventually. It wasn't Brian, but Costin's headed in. We lead against Galatasaray. I want to replace David De Gea in the network game with Ollie. How do we make that happen? It's difficult. As a teacher, you must have kids guessing your age and being woefully wrong. A lot, Ollie. And always way older. One kid literally the other day asked me, what are those lines on your face? So that was nice. That made me feel good about things. I'm fine though. What are those lines on your face? Yep. Brian! He's put it wide. He's put it wide. Good finish, Brian. You look good for 30. Thank you. Thank you. So you can't really argue with a kid though. They're just brutally honest, aren't they? From dealing with you, you little shits. Exactly. Did you happen to buy some face products? So many. Vinicius. Good save. So many. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. I'll take that. I'll take that. But yeah, they are brutally honest. And to be fair, I do have some lines on my face compared to them. But there we go. Can't be helped, can it, really? It's from smiling so much. I've lived a happy life. That's why. Corner. Neymar. Headed over. I think you dropped the date of the feature reveal. I think you are grossly misunderstanding if you think I know any insider info. 26th of didn't they say it right? And this week. So I don't know the exact date. But it might be the 26th of September, but I really don't know. I don't even know, even if it was in the tweet and they said it, because I've not read it carefully enough. So I'm sorry, Harry. I just don't know. They said next week, this week. Yeah. So this coming week, they will have the feature video. For sure. How many mugs have you acquired as a teacher? A lot. And I really quite like mugs. To be fair. I quite like them. So I'm okay with it. The best teacher ever ones are a bit. Come on. You can do better than that sort of thing. But yeah. A lot. Some really good ones though over the years. I use them quite a lot on the stream, don't I? Costin finishes for 2-0. Good finish. Bang! Into the back of the net. One of my favourite Christmas presents last year was a matching mug and bowl for my sister, so there is that. Honestly, the older you get, the more things like mugs become exciting and actually happy to receive them. I feel like I'm watching someone about my age here, and when you say you went to Cadbury World before I was born and I feel young again, yeah. Yeah. I'm glad though, you know. I'm down with the youth. Down with the youth. I love getting socks. To tell you what though, I'm big on this. Brand new socks might be the best thing in the world. I'm weird about socks. Love a brand new sock. Brian scores! Get in. Get in. I'm purposely ignoring those, Ollie. Purposely ignoring it. But yeah, socks are so good. There's nothing nicer than that feeling. Brand new pair of socks, slipping them on. Off. Bamboo socks are legit nice. I don't know what that is. I never seem to have enough pairs of socks ever, so socks are a dub. Absolutely, yeah. Defo. Being old, you want the useful stuff. That is why shopping networks work. Oh, 100%, yeah. Neymar scores again. 36-year-old. We're 4-0 up in half an hour. He's still scoring goals. Ooh, a garden hose that doesn't tangle, exactly. Literally earlier I was thinking, ooh, I might ask for a, what's it called? Those things that put the bubbles in the drinks? Soda Stream. I was like, that'd be nice. That'd be a great present. Socks made from bamboo, really soft. See, that's what I thought you must have meant. And then I couldn't picture how making socks out of bamboo would actually be nice, but I'll believe you. You've got one. Do you use it a lot? Because I need to stop buying sparkling water and, you know, killing the planet with the plastic bottles. But so a soda stream would make sense. And you know how much I like sparkling water here, chat. Why have you just scored the same time? Don't know. Perfect synergy. Yeah, Neymar scoring in the Champions League again. It's what he does. And we've started a nice change team here. It would take us... That's only the second game in the Champions League. Yeah, we played Sporting Galatasaray, fair enough. Not a load. It works perfectly fine. Okay. Anytime I go home, I use the Valvertizer. That was a great gift. Yeah, yeah. We need to... I don't know if we've had a Valvertizer in the new house yet. I need to get Kat back on that. Good idea. We have a soda stream. Gets used about as often as the toasty maker. Yeah, that's what I wonder. But I do drink a lot of sparkling water, so I think I would take... I think I would use it. Maybe. Yeah, flavoured sparkling water is nice. I don't mind just a sparkling water, though. So, yeah. We are very one show. Very one show today. Brian! He scored again! Come on, we're going to make a striker out of you yet, Brian. Heading in, because he's 6'4". That's what I usually do. Sparkling water in Vimto. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Toasty maker, soda stream. Yeah, absolutely. Companies making... But then again, every now and then you're like, oh, I wish I had a toasty maker. I'd love a toasty. Then you get a toasty maker. You used it loads for like 2 weeks. And then you're like, can I be asked with cleaning this? No. It's a faff. So you don't use it for 3 years. Then you throw it away. And then in about a year's time, you think, oh, I'd love one of those. Right. Brian is the Clates meta. He is. That's why we're playing him. I brought on JFC, by the way, chat. Get excited. Jonathan from Church is on the pitch. He's playing centre mid. Brian's on a hat trick. Costin's on a hat trick as well. He might get it here. He's going to cross it instead to Vinicius. It's 6-0. It's 6-0. Valvertizer OP. Valvertizer they are nice. They are nice. I wish they made slightly bigger ones. I guess I could if I... Yeah, I guess that is possible. Let's do... Who do I want to play? Let's start from there. Let's play Kid for Welton Costin. He might not be happy with that, but we're going to do it anyway. And Junior can play right back. Hallelujah! Jonathan from Church is on. We've had 40 shots. 41. They're playing us. Are they playing? It's Corey Gunter, but he's still old. It's not Chris Gunter. They're playing a narrow diamond, which clearly is not working. We've won 6-0. JFC didn't really do much, but fine. Brian with 2 goals. We take it. I do make my parents' life a misery, though, for gifts. I, about this time of year, just buy things I want, which wipes away present ideas. I am the same. Like, if I decide I want something, probably buy it for myself, and then people say, what do you want as gifts? I'm like, nothing. Genuinely, I cannot think of anything that I want as a gift, which is it's a problem. Do you know what I thought of as something that I want to buy myself next as a ridiculous purchase? And Kat is absolutely not on board with this. Where we park our car isn't directly outside our house. It's like a 5-minute walk, if that. It's really not far. It's like round the corner on like the road where it's free parking. I thought, do you know what I want? An electric scooter so I can ride the scooter to the car. Then I'll pop it in the boot. Then I can ride it back from there to home. And I think that is a purchase that needs to be made. Is that laziness? But I'm thinking it'll just save me maybe 2 minutes in the morning. Isn't it a good idea? I think it's a great idea. Kat was like, no. I can understand why she's against it. Yep. Just think of the time I'd save. I'd have so much free time. How long will it take to put up, take down? I think matter of seconds. You'll need to keep charging it, but overnight I can just charge it, right? At home. Saying that, you could use the electric scooter when you don't need to travel far. Also that, to Asda. Thing is, going to like, you can't really take it to Asda. Do you have to tie it up outside? I can feel like that's going to be nicked quite quickly in London. But also, walking Lenny, but on the scooter. I think that could be amazing. Exactly. Stephen knows. He's on the same wavelength. Through the park. Honestly. You talked me into it. Kat's probably downstairs listening to this as well, thinking, oh, for Christ's sake. How much do they cost? They cost quite a lot, don't they? Get Lenny on the scooter. Get Lenny a scooter. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I think a manual one is better. Nah. Do you know why? Not because for any other reasons, but you look. I don't want. It's the little leg. When you get your leg going on a scooter, I can't do that as an adult. I can't be seen in public pushing my leg along the floor. It's not even the laziness thing, but as an adult, it's the foot. It's not a movement you need to be seen doing in real, like as an adult. Rookie mistake asking the internet, should I buy this? Yeah. Basket for Lenny, that works. Do you know what I mean? Picture an adult now scooting themselves. Hands on their handlebars with the little leg pushing them along. That's the problem. The handlebars I can get behind. That's the line. Have we got a Brazil game next? We have. I don't want to play it. Tell you what we're going to do. How long have we got left? Probably, let's get ourselves up to the game and see if we get there. I am bored of the Brazil thing already. Look, I've upset Bruno and he's my player. They have renter scooters here. People genuinely use them. I'm baffled. Yeah, mental. They've got in London, they've got the, what's the company called? But the electric ones, which you can rent / they're like Boris bikes but scooters. There's a Hertha. Oh yeah, there's a Hertha game first. Fair. You're right, Ollie. It's against Frankfurt away, so Alisson's injured, so we'll play Emerson, I suppose, in a game that's away from home. I think they're expensive. Yeah, the scooters are everywhere in Nottingham. He's going to be coming to your office to complain next, probably. Yeah, Uber bikes are a thing. Aren't you a teacher? Your students will think you on a scooter is trying to be cool and down with it, and they'll mock you behind the scenes. Yeah, but I wouldn't use it at school, John. You see, this is the thing. I'm only going to scoot to my car, and then it goes in the car, and then at school, that no one will ever know. I'll be a mystery scooter, only between where the car is parked and home, and I'll save at least 1 minute by doing so. At least. Not even a mile scooting, but then walking the dog, and then walking Lenny. That could also be a thing. I can hear Cat coughing downstairs, and I don't know if it's at the suggestions I'm making or not. Let's go with that team. Until the kids recognise you outside school. That is a problem, defensive forward. That's why I live so far away that I have to drive to work because it's so far away. That's fine. Talk of the playground the following week. I'll get over it. Sounds like what you need is one of those moving walkways you have at the airport. Just one step and it'll drop you off at your car. Now that is an idea. That would be good, but that I think would be more expensive than buying a scooter. I feel like I'm achieving that by buying the scooter. I smell a Top Gear style race to see if the scooter's worth it. How would I do that? Would I have to time myself, or would I'd need somebody to come and walk at my exact pace, or do the scooter part? Great goal, Angelo, by the way. That's Samba.
Okay.
If you're listening, Kat, I can fully get why you're against the scooter. That could be a problem, John. That could be a problem. It's difficult to manage that. Good finish from Angelo. Great finish. Hello, Liam. Liam's back, by the way, for a 23rd month of subscribing. I appreciate you, buddy. How are you? How are things in the world of Wigan? Is that a thing that people say? Or we get the Stig to carry it out. That's true. Angelo scored that because he wanted to get the scooter. Fair. Good on him. Good on him. Chat, you're going to love it when I buy this scooter and I post the video of me on it, posing with it. Like, you know how like some like creators, like big creators flex by like buying a Lambo and posing with it? I'm going to do that style tweet with the scooter. Like, it's a hard life. Hard life, this. Like, you guys pay for this. We'll nearly get as many likes as Eleni tweet. Possibly, yeah. Not stacking it. No. I'll be very careful. They've equalised. I swear Campania scores against us every time as well. Yeah, scooter vlogs, Claytron exclusive. Exactly. For something you probably weren't going to seriously buy, the budget of chat's options is rapidly going up. Coming to one of gone from electric scooter to one of those Willy Wonka glass elevators. Exactly. Cadbury World glass elevators. If the Twitch sub change is obviously not effective. Yeah, no, true. If they change it, we'll have to forget about the scooter. I want to be driving along and see Clayton on a scooter with Lenny on the back. I mean, that is everyone's dream, I think. John, do you actually want a scooter, or do you just suck at begging for subs? He makes a good point. No, I want the scooter. I've had a thought for about 5 seconds and decided that's what I want. That and a soda stream. Necessary purchases, I think. I've driven 20 miles away from my house to use my scooter so I don't dox myself. Type vlogs. Exactly.
For scooter.
Exactly. I've been scooting for an hour and a half to start this vlog. Fruity, subbing for Scooter. Thank you, buddy. Finally, someone's recognised what we're trying to do here. I'm joking. Fruity, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, dude. I saw an instant video of some bloke who designed a backpack for his dog. You should get one. I bought a backpack for Lenny, and it was basically just a bag with armholes and a head hole. Well, the hole was just the top of the bag. And I put it on, and it was like... Lenny looked like, you know, like hanging meat in the butchers. It looked like that. Lenny was just kind of dangling with it and looked so uncomfortable. Like, just like his head out and him just like, I was like, this is not a purchase. I can never use this. He's just like, I think there's a picture. I was like, absolutely the worst purchase ever. Couldn't ever use it. I'll have to see if I can dig that photo out. It was from ages ago. It was like it needs a proper like secure bottom of the bag to control him. Or like hold his weight, because it was too. Yes, we scored. We're lead again. Angelo, get in. Have a samba. Where can I find this? What's my best method, do you think, of finding this picture in my photo, in my camera roll? I'm just scrolling randomly and fast. But it would have been in the old house. So many weird photos of Lenny, by the way. Do you want to see a photo of Lenny wearing socks? Because there you go. I mean, is that TOS? I feel like he could have covered himself up a bit more there, couldn't he? Jesus. You see Lenny on the train? Oh, where's the thing? There's Lenny on the train. Whole stream of Lenny photos. Who says no? Are we winning this game, by the way? I need to do subs in a second. Just for one day. Half of them are probably in the Discord. This is probably true, actually. This is probably true. Do you want to see Lenny on his birthday? That's actually his birthday coming up. This is Lenny on his birthday last year. There you go. Oh, yeah. What's going to be on the Claytron? Jolson has scored. Nice. 3-1. That makes this a bit... Did we buy him the bag before or after his birthday? Is the question. I reckon before. Because I've taken him on a couple of... When he was really little, took him on a couple of walks. And he was just in my normal backpack and he didn't mind it. I think he's a bit big for it now. And I think we can make him more comfortable. I really want to find this photo now, though. Happy Lenny Day birth. He's about... I think it's something like the 13th of October is his birthday. So... it's not far away. Oh... It's the 12th or the 13th. I'm not actually sure. I need to check his birth certificate. I think we did it on the 13th last year, though. I'm telling you, that link I sent is what you need. Let me open it and see. Oh, yeah, the one, like, you can see them inside. Jolson scored again, by the way. What's going on? Gil is knackered. I don't know if he'd like to be inside, though. Let's do Vinicius go wide. We'll bring on... Let's bring Brian on. We're winning by a lot now. Also, we've got to leave Jolson on. Welton Costing can come off for Kid. Cool. Yeah, I see the bag. I've clicked on it. His birthday is about the 13th. Typical guy. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Come on. We're gonna find this photo. It does make you realise how many pictures of Lenny I've got on my photo roll. Here's another birthday Lenny photo. Is that going to work? Nope. Yes, please. That's a classic Lenny photo one. Yeah, he's probably going to score now after being dropped. Yeah, probably. Lenny on a boat. Pre or post? Do you want to see Lenny in a life jacket? Life jacket Lenny. Lenny's living a better life than me. I mean, same. I found it. I found the photo. So, Kat's got him on her back in this photo. Look at this for being possibly the worst purchase ever for Lenny. All right? Are you ready for Lenny in the worst backpack ever? Can you see why we never used this? Hanging meat. I told you. Leo scored. We're 5-1 up. Let's do one more sub. You can tell which parent sent the birthday card as my mum puts open on date in the top corner when my dad assumes you will realise it's a birthday card and will know when to open it. Yeah. Parent things. Let's do Dodo off for Junior. Last sub. He's like a Donna in the kebab house. Yeah, poor guy. That's why we never used that. Honestly. Looks absolutely horrible. Like... He looks depressed being in there. We've won that 5-1. Again, very comfortable. I think it was 1-1 at half-time, wasn't it? So we take those. We take those results. He doesn't look impressed. He wasn't. We need a new bag and one that actually works. So that I can put it in my bag, take him on the scooter. Brilliant. We'll go anywhere. The world is our oyster then, isn't it? The world is our oyster. He's like he's stuck in the claw machine. He is a bit, yeah. That what I thought was the butchers when they hang up the big bit of meat. That's what he looked like. Anyway, chat. Anyway, I think we will leave it there for today. Thank you very much for hanging out. It's been a really fun stream, actually. Very different stream because I think the FM has gone to the wayside a little bit, and we'll talk about all things to do with life. Okay. Very one show. Very one show indeed. But thank you for hanging out. It's been good fun. We will raid over today to somebody if there is somebody who takes my fancy. Let's have a look at twitch.tv. We've got second yellow cards. Matt again. Should we go to second yellow card once again? Very quickly, see if you can do a Gabby game. Go. Gabby. No, you've ruined it. All right, I will see you. We'll go to second yellow card. We always raid Matt, don't we? Because he's lovely. And he's worth it, like L'Oreal. Thank you very much for hanging out, everyone. Go and subscribe on YouTube. I will see you tomorrow morning for some more of this one show chats. It's been fun. I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.